your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell at before you blow up a plane.
Basha K. Ali!
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what, good thing to say, I dabbled in stand-up or something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean.
I spilled. Good morning. It's Mayr in the morning. And I spilled coffee in my crotch. So now my crotch is waking up. Oh boy, I was about to show off my 3 drinks. What is wrong with these effing lids? Do you ever just get a lid on your coffee and it's just wrong from the start and it's never good? Like it just never fully shuts. I think that's what I'm dealing with right now. Wow. Way to be unprofessional out the gate, Mayr. This lid is bad. I blame the lid. I have a hot tea. I have a hot coffee. And then I have an iced Dunkin' cold brew. This lid is jacked. Okay, this is not my fault. I just have to drink it with the lid off, like a weirdo. What's up, guys? Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 7th. I can't believe it's March. Time is flying by for me. I know about you guys. But what I do like about what's going on outside is that it feels like spring is trying to happen. It feels like spring is trying to poke its little nose out. This was a weak winter. This was supposed to be the second winter of death and destruction, according to Biden. Oh my God! You know what? The tail on my slipper looks like a tiny penis. Okay, I've been looking at too many like trans surgery photos. I don't know about you guys. I gotta stop. I can't look away either though. I'm just like, how did they make that? Where'd they get that skin from? You don't want to know. You don't want to know the answer. I got comedy shows coming up. There's so much to talk about. Last night was ridiculous. I'm going to do comedy shows first. I'm going to be in Bridgeport, Connecticut in just a couple weeks. Thursday, the 23rd. I'm going back to the Stress Factory in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Keanu Thompson will be opening for me there. That'll be a fun show, 7:30. And then I'll be in New York City Saturday, March 25th, 8 and 10 o'clock shows at the Grizzly Pear, Midtown. Geno Bisconte will be hosting from Compound Media. You know him, you love him, Geno Bisconte. And Keanu will be doing a spot on these shows as well. And also Andrew Harms will be on these shows too. I saw them all yesterday. I was like, come do my show. And they were all like, yes, of course. So it's going to be a fun little compound hang on Saturday, March 25th. Then I'm headlining the Reef in Staten Island Friday, April 7th. That's the Reef at Paradise Island. Then I'll be in Jersey Saturday, April 8th at Tiff's Ale House, also known as the Dojo of Comedy. Then I'm heading to Vegas for the Friday Night Tights meetup, which is going to be Wednesday, April 26th. I think at the Fandom Menace. And then I'll be headlining The Space that Thursday, April 27th. Get your tickets now. That's going to be really fun if you're planning to be out in Vegas that weekend for the meetup. You might as well come to this show. Everyone's going to be there. No, it'll be fun. And if you sit in the front, I'll definitely roast you. That's how these shows have been going lately. But in a good way. Positive roasting. Then I'll be heading to Dallas the beginning of May. I'll be probably at the Blaze that week, that very first week of May. I'll be doing Alex's show. I'm going to see if we can film maybe a couple sketches or something leading into it. So Blaze, the early that early week, early in the week in May, and then I got May 5th and 6th at Hyenas. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Lila Hart will be featuring for me at these Dallas shows and at the Vegas show. Then I'll be heading to Richmond, Virginia, headlining the Sandman Comedy Club Wednesday, August 9th. Then we got Anime Matsuri in Houston, the 10th through the 13th. Simcast will be there. We'll have a panel. We'll have a booth. And I'm headlining that same weekend in Houston at the Secret Group Friday, August 11th. So if you know you're going to anime, just get your tickets now for this show. It's going to be real fun, y'all. Like an unofficial after party. It's going to be fun. Fun, 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 fun. I spilled a cup of coffee in my crotch. You know, I definitely got a cold after California. Like I don't know why. Traveling can make you really run down. Wet Spot was crazy last night. It was absolutely insane. We had Cecil was there. We had adult star Holly Hendrix there. And oh boy, did she make herself comfortable right away. It was really fun. I posted a clip on my Twitter and then I realized, oh, okay, this is a little porny. So I had to delete it because I was like, I lost like 100 followers because I posted a tiny bit of ass eating footage. Big deal. Not everyone wants to see that apparently. So I had to delete it. But yeah, Holly Hendrix came in and she immediately got the vibe of the show, which is total chaos. And she was fun. And usually I tell everybody like cursing is okay. Nudity is okay. Spicy takes are okay. Like this is compound media. It's not YouTube. You can do literally whatever. And I didn't have time to give her that spiel because she was running really late. I think she was like a half hour late. I was like getting annoyed. I was like, where is this girl? And I had Fealty sit in on the desk. Sorry, Fealty. I had to bump you. I had to bump him when Holly came in. I'll have you back, Fealty, whenever you want. You know you're welcome whenever. So Holly came in and immediately just was playing it up for the audience. I think her and Cecil might have fallen in love. I can show these pictures, right? Okay. This is from Frank. I have never seen Cecil so speechless and mumble so much than when Holly Hendrix was next to him. Yeah, Cecil was smitten Cecil. And here's some pictures from after the show. I guess this is her signature move. There was some romance. I think Cecil was just excited that he could pick up a woman. And that's probably as much. Okay. Cecil had fun. I think she's going to do the Jack show now. But yeah, she was having fun. I'll leave it at that. If you really want to know what exactly happened, go to compoundmedia.com. Because I can't really post much here on YouTube's. Yeah, Cecil had fun. No, I had the time of my life. Who else was there? Keanu Thompson was there. She's always a blast. She was just like holding the microphone, basically. We also have a motor bunny in studio, which is similar to a Sibian. It's like basically a vibrating saddle. And there was so much going on. We could have had her sit on that too. I think she probably would have been down. Next time she's in town, she'll have to ride the motor bunny. It's like a controllable thing. Usually we have Andrew control like how high it goes, how hard it vibrates. I sat on it once when no one was around. It works. Geno was there. It was a hoot. It was like we had some fans from out of town. Shout out to Heather and Jason. They came in from Boston. They were big fans of all of us. It was really cool to meet you guys. Thank you for all of the drinks at the bar. It was a lot. I'm always like, I'm done drinking. And then fans show up and buy you like 100 shots. but they were like, we loved Content House. Like, we took off from work just to watch Content House, just to finish watching it. And they were like, we love you guys. We're such big fans. We love the intros. Like, we love all of Frank's intros. Like, they were such big fans of everybody. It was like, it really warmed my heart to hear. And then they were like, we're big Andrew Harms fans. We love In Harm's Way, which is like the little snippet, the little segment before Wet Spot starts. And then I'm texting Andrew. I'm like, come to the bar. You have like big fans here. You got to meet them. Then they're like, we're big Drunk Jimmy fans. I'm like, nobody's a Drunk Jimmy fan. So I'm texting Jimmy. I'm like, come to the bar. Like, you have fans. They're here. He's like, what? I don't think Drunk Jimmy's ever had a fan. And I'm not saying that in a shitty way. He's like a regular dude, who just started hanging out at the show. And now he's kind of become a character. And, they're using him in bits for In Hot Water. He's kind of become like a staple. He was talking about like, oh, I'm up for this one job, but I don't want to take it because then it would cut into my like drinking and hanging out time. I was like, you do you. You got to do what's right in your heart. But I think that is pretty funny. I'm like, yeah, we would miss you here at the bar and on the show. So maybe find another job, Jimmy. What's up, Fealty? It's too bad you can't show their facial reactions to the thing that happened. No, I don't know if I can. I deleted it. I mean, okay. So Ian, who is another character, if you've been a long time watcher of Wet Spot, like Ian, he's a super fan. He loves adult entertainers. He loves women and men who work in the adult industry. And he only shows up when he knows there's going to be a girl, like a big corn star there, a very popular, adult entertainer. Then he shows up. Like, he used to let me know when he was coming, and now I know he shows up because he wants to meet a girl. And since Holly was running late yesterday, she was about a half hour late. I was like, okay, she's probably not coming. And then I saw Ian like slowly creeping to like go get his jacket to leave, because literally the only reason he comes is to meet these girls. And then he likes to sort of pitch himself to these girls. Like, he's a little delusional and he thinks that he can just do mainstream adult entertaining. Who knows? Maybe he can. But he always shows up because he's trying to pitch himself to these girls. I want to see if Geno can come on and talk about last night. We need some recap power. I'm going to send this to Geno. Oh, God. What is his stupid handle? Geno Bisconte. Would he be up at this hour? This is early for him. Jump on. I'm recapping last night. I will text Geno. Jump on my stream. I sent you a link on Twitter. Okay. All right. Let me explain Ian to you guys. Ian might have autism. He might have Asperger's. He has something. There's something going on. He, born and raised, like, usually our super fans are people that like live in Manhattan. So they're either like born and raised in the city, or they happen to like work in the city and they're always hanging out, right? So Ian and Jimmy both like live in the city, which is why they come to the show so often. But Ian is like a mega adult film star fan. He only shows up because it's not that he even wants an autograph. He wants to pitch himself to these women. He wants to like work with them, collab with them. Like, you got to give him credit. He's very good at shooting his shot, which he does right away, multiple times. He doesn't really pick up on social cues. He has no sense of like, am I making this person feel uncomfortable? Am I creeping too hard? So I feel like it's my job to really keep this person in line. And similarly to Michael Gabinelli just calls in. He doesn't really come in person because he has a job. So he's come in the studio like once or twice, only for like the King of Porn contest. And the first time Michael beat Ian. I think the second time Ian beat Michael. God, I'm forgetting already. But anyway, so Ian's there. He clearly wants to get FaceTime with Holly, and it was a joke. I don't know how it came up. Man, we should get Cecil on here. I'm going to send Cecil a link too, because I don't know how the topic of ass eating even came up. I wonder if I just jokingly said, Cecil, would you eat her ass or something? And he hesitated. He's like, and then we hear Ian go, me, oh, I will. His hand shoots up. Like he knows the answer in class. Because I know with Ian, the more nervous or excited he gets, the more high pitched his voice gets. So he goes, I'll do it. And before I could even say yes or no, he was out of his seat halfway across the studio. He was like making his way over to the desk. And I was like, all right, the little guy's excited. He's enthusiastic. You got to give him that. And he's like, do I have your consent? Like he's trying to sound cool. Like he understands like porn lingo. Do I have your consent to go ahead? And like, that's how I know Holly is a true professional. And she was like, okay. So before we know it, and the studio is not set up for live ass eating. You know, the studio is set up for sitting at a desk talking about news, cultural issues, whatever, interviews. So there were some blocking issues, and I was like, I was wondering even, I'm like, okay, if you guys want to do it in front of the desk, that's fine. Like, but before I knew it, it was happening. And Ian was just like, she was kind of bent over the chair, and like he was sort of like literally had his whole face in her ass, just going to town, like a thirsty man finding an oasis in a desert, like a thirsty man finding a cup of water. Ian was like, could not have been more excited to eat this random girl's butt. And she's not really, this is how I could tell she was such a professional, because it's like, obviously it's a performance. Like, you're telling me some random guy from the audience is actually going to do a good job at that and like know what you like and what feels good. Obviously it's just doing it for fun. If anything, like Ian's getting the most benefit out of it. I was not jealous. Okay. I did not. If you saw this guy, no, Ian is not the person you want eating your butt. Yeah, for those just joining, I'm trying to recap Wet Spot last night. The chairs were also all wrong for ass eating. The studio is not set up for sex acts. Maybe this is something to keep in mind if I ever get more money. Yeah, Keanu did a great job miking it up. She got out of her seat and basically let Holly kind of lay in her seat. Okay, Geno's going to come on in 15 minutes. Fealty, you should come on. I feel like I'm forgetting pertinent details. I'm going to send this link to you. Oh, are you not on Twitter anymore? You can't access your effing Twitter? How else can I send this to you? Can I email it to you? I'm going to email it. Sorry, you guys have to listen to my like, look all these here. Okay. How do I not even have your email, Fealty? This seems wrong. Maybe I'll just text it. So Ian is eating Holly's butt. Holly is just being very cordial, polite. It couldn't have been good. I just don't see how it could have been good for her. I think it was good for him. But that's the industry, right? Okay, I just texted you the link, Fealty. Do with what you will. And so he was down there for a while, and Keanu was holding the mic by Holly. Like, she's kind of standing off to the side, but like holding a microphone up to her. And like, he just wouldn't stop. It was like a hungry dog. It was like watching a hungry dog. No, it was not hardcore. It was not, and basically, like, the camera was so far back that you could only see a side view, and, like, I would say I wouldn't say nothing like this has ever happened on Wet Spot. Like, we've had some things. We've had, like, anal ring toss. We've had some funny segments, you know? We try to do more. It's just we don't, not everybody's down to do stuff like that. Yeah, Ian was on his 3rd course. I think as long as everybody's down and it's funny and spontaneous and all parties are like either enjoying themselves or like okay with it, I think it's funny to do because we have like adult film stars on and the booth will sort of like pull up some of their clips so we can like watch their work. Yes, Ian also sent pictures of his dick to the booth and like told them to bring them up on screen. He really wants to get into the industry. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't think Ian watches this show. I think he doesn't watch anything where there's not going to be an adult film star on. So that happened. And then he tried to go back in and like start kissing her after. I'm like, all right, Ian, that's quite enough. Let's go back to your seat. Go back to your little seat. Like, stop it. This is, this whole show is not about you. It was crazy. And then I think Cecil kissed Holly. Oh my God. Then Holly kissed Keanu. And then Holly kissed Cecil. It was crazy. It was a real getting to know you episode. A lot of you guys are like, I was not prepared to hear about ass eating before my first cup of coffee. It's funny. It's like, it's not, I don't think it was crazy graphic. But you guys correct me if I'm wrong. And they all got monkeypox. And anyway, Cecil and Holly hit it off. So anyway, what I like to do with the girls when they're on the show and like someone like Ian shows up, I always make sure, I walk them to their car. I make sure they get in their Uber or their cab or they get to their car safely if they drove in. And we also, Scooter Boy didn't show up last night, which I thought he really would because he's also an enjoyer of adult performers. We have this super fan called Scooter Boy, and he just is a grown man on a scooter. He never comes in to the studio, just waits outside on his scooter, and sometimes he's with like a friend, but he always wants selfies or autographs, but usually just pictures with these girls. He's more respectful, but a little also kind of like squirrely. So there's a lot of personalities to deal with. No Scooter Boy last night. I think he'll probably start coming around more when it gets warmer. That's my guess. Okay, there's so much going on. I guess what Trump was at CPAC. CPAC was it this past weekend or last week, and I guess he had a pretty good showing. He had a whole speech about how like we're gonna. That was the biggest takeaway from his speech at CPAC. I guess that he went off saying like we're gonna deal with the rhinos. And I guess they took this poll, like 62% of the people at CPAC said they would vote for Trump over any of the other candidates. And I don't even think DeSantis hasn't even officially announced that he's going to run. But CPAC has always been kind of a very Trumpian group of people. Is Trumpian even a word? What's up, Kevin? Tony. What up, doe, Chrissy? What do I talk about? Who do I talk about? Schedule you for my podcast, Uncommon Sense. Love your content. What's up, Kevin? Yeah, email. Well, yeah, let me know when you typically record. There's so many people I have to get back to. I feel very behind on getting back to people. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. Definitely email book Chrissie Mayr at Gmail and we'll schedule something there. That's my scheduling email. But thank you, though. I would like to do it. I would like to do it sometime. So, yeah. Trump was at CPAC. Oh, my God. Okay. I thought I was going to move on from the topic, but now I'm not going to because Fealty is here.
Hello, how's it going? I'm
Feel-
still recovering from that night of craziness.
That was nuts. I woke up, I'm like, why don't I feel good? And I don't know, I think I want to start drinking less because I was starting to feel like a little depressed yesterday. I didn't really understand why. Like I felt like very much in a negative mood all day yesterday. So I don't know, maybe it just was the day. Maybe
Well, was the butt stuff
the
like
ass
a
eating.
nice high after that?
That was exciting. I wasn't expecting that at all. I didn't even get to talk to Holly at all. Like,
She
you
came in
know,
like a butt wrecking ball, that's for sure.
she was frazzled. I liked her right away. As soon as she walked in, her bag was open. I could see all the items in it. Like the bag wasn't even shut. She just was like, she just blew in. Um, and I could tell. I don't know. I guess the thing is, I never want to judge people or guess. Like, you know, sometimes we have guests where we're like, are they on something? Are they not? Who knows? Anybody can be on anything. I sometimes do the show drunk. So who am I to judge if people are on substances or not? You know, it's the industry. I think a lot of comedians and adult entertainers dabble in whatever
Yeah, maybe,
drinking.
but
Who
you
knows?
know.
But that could have just been how she is. She just could have just been like friendly. You know, it's you have to be for her line of work. And I couldn't. You were sitting there. Well, you were going to be on the show if Holly didn't show up, which I didn't think she was going to. And then I felt so bad. I just was like, I don't know if I shooed you away or if you just got up when
Oh
she
no, well,
came
I
in.
knew from before like the show started, it was like until she shows up, so I was expecting like her to show up, but then I even started giving up like hope that she was coming when Ian decided to start to like sneak out and then you saw
Yeah,
him.
I yelled at him. Oh, right, that was the point. I was like, "Ian, you asshole, you're just gonna leave. I see you taking your jacket." I'm like, "Oh, you only wanna be here if there's a girl." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I'll stay." And I'm like, "All right, don't do me any favors, Ian."
He
And then
owes you,
he
you
does,
know.
because he was about to be out the door, and
Mhm.
I shamed him into staying, and then Holly actually showed up, and he got to eat a butt. So and he stayed at the bar. I could tell he was very grateful because he normally doesn't do eye contact because, you know,
Mm.
or talking, and at least not to me. And he was like, "Thanks, I had fun tonight." And then he gave me a hug. I was like, "Okay, Ian, I'll see you
He was
next week."
definitely on cloud 9. He
Mhm.
was, he was rating it amongst his other excursions in that
Oh,
field
he
of fun.
loves bringing up how many other threesomes he's had. He loves bringing up all his group activities, like the parties he goes to. He loves telling
Mhm.
everybody how wild his life is.
And he'll show you pictures if you bring it up too. Like, in
Yeah.
succession, he's ready to go
He
with
he's
like
got
a
his own nudes on his phone ready to go, and I see him. I see every guest I have that's in the adult industry, he's showing him his nudes. And I'm like, "Nobody wants to see that. I don't
Oh,
wanna
it's
see
so
that."
funny. Oh, and,
I
and I think you forgot how it started though. You were showing some of Holly's stuff and she started having fun with herself. And
enjoying
then that's
herself.
how,
Yes, she was
yeah,
enjoying herself, like, in
yeah.
front of everyone.
She was playing a game all on her lonesome there,
Yeah, she's playing
And
solitaire.
yeah, and that's what was happening in the video, and then Ian was like, "I'll do it." He was
Yikes.
up from that seat so fast and across that room. I don't even think the camera could have turned to keep up with, like, the speed. But yes,
Mhm.
he did get consent, though. He was all about, like, the consent and pointing out that he was tested
That made him,
recently.
yeah, he's yelling out, "I was tested!" And we're like, "Nobody cares." Like, I don't know. Like, he was trying to impress Holly by saying, "I've been tested. Do I have your consent?" And I'm gonna think of it like the show might be turning into a Make-A-Wish program because I that's what it feels like on my end. Like, we're just granting wishes, we're making dreams happen for people.
Well, Cecil's getting married to Holly, so,
Yeah, they really hit it off. That's another, yeah. I guess Cecil said that they were texting already, and,
Yeah.
Cecil was like, "Oh, you wanna do Jack show on Thursday?" And she was like, "Okay." She's like, am I doing it at your house? And he's like, you don't have to. And she's like, I'll come over. So
That's gonna be a Wild Jack show.
that's gonna be this Thursday. I don't know whose channel it's gonna be on. I think Anna's channel, he said, for this Thursday.
Yeah,
Would
I
you
know. I
have
think
Fealty? Would you have eaten her butt if given that if you were next in line? If you could beat Ian,
no,
if you could beat him out.
no, but I probably wouldn't had like as good an excuse as Cecil had, where he was like, "My mom watches this show."
My mom watches this show. Yeah, that's why he said. Okay, that's why he said no. He said my mom watches, and then she was like, "Oh, your mom would like me," or something like that.
Yeah. That was so wild. I still can't believe all that happened. You know.
That was one of the top 3 craziest in terms of like human stunts that happened. It was before your time. I think the Peyton Sinclair anal ring toss was before you came into my life.
Yeah.
That might have been like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago.
I have to go look back at that one.
Yeah. It's always when you have somebody on who like goes the extra mile is when you get shit like that happening.
Well, hopefully it's all the late people. Whenever someone's late, you should just get excited now because, like, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say to people. Look, if you're going to be even 5 minutes late, guess what? You're going to have to do some crazy shit. No. It's so tricky because I never want to, like, I'm all down for fun, but I never want to make it seem like I am pressuring anybody to do anything. Like, I want to allow a space where fun things can happen, but I never want anybody to feel like I am pushing that or that that their appearance is not worthwhile unless some crazy shit like that happens. Like, that's the one thing that Barry Ribs was kind of good at. He would, and I only remember this happening mostly with like Elsa Jean, but he would be like, "Oh, let's see your boobs," and he kind of in his kind of old man, like an old man shaking a cup vibe. A girl would pick up on that and be like, "Okay, I want to make this, old man happy." So then there they go. But I can't be like, "Let's see your boob." You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be. I have to communicate that it's okay. It can, if it happens, great, but like, no pressure.
Well, I don't.
It's hard to
think
be a man.
You didn't really push it to happen last night. I think that it was gonna happen. She was just down for like whatever was gonna happen. Safe space, Chrissy.
It
Yeah,
was.
like,
I
you were
want to
just
create a
like,
safe space. Thank you.
This, if you're wanting to do that, like,
And at the same time, I was like, okay, now that this is happening, like, I was like, could you cheat towards the camera? And I was like, this feels weird. I'm like, this studio was not set up for this. Like the desks are in the way, and Drew's trying to zoom in, like she was like having fun with herself, like under the desk, and you couldn't really see. It just looked like
all you saw was like this.
Face, like, he's like shocked. And then he gets his phone out and starts like just taking photos. I'm like, oh my God, he looks like a creep. And then I took a hot small video. Now I'm a creep. And then I posted on Twitter and then I deleted it because I'm like, oops. People are.
Well, I mean, it was just so surreal too, because you have those 2 camera angles happening. Cecil was doing photos, you're doing video, you have Keanu with the microphone from the other side, and then you have the studio cameras, and then all of us on the other side of the room, especially like Jason and his wife, their faces in reaction. Because Jason, he's sitting there like this, like with his hands on his face.
Oh yeah, his poor
wife.
Fans. They were like, this is the first time we've ever come to watch the show in person. We're big fans from Boston. And then like Ian's eating Holly's ass and then you just see Jason's face like I'm like, oh no, they're never coming back.
Oh no, they were so after it, they were so happy. They were like, I can't believe like this is a show we got to see, like out of all the things that could happen,
Yeah, they came on the right night.
Yeah, and they met Drunk Jimmy, so he's cool. We hung out till like 1 in the morning. No, like 12. Then I left.
What time did I get it? I definitely left before you guys. Because it's sometimes this is what motivates me to leave. Like you look, all of a sudden I go, okay, like these are the next couple trains are coming. And then you go, okay, I don't want to get a train that's later than this. And then sometimes you have to just be like, all right, I have to order an Uber now. And that's why sometimes it feels like I'm Irish goodbying a lot. And I don't know who picked up the tab. So I don't know if it was you or Cecil, but I got to send somebody money because I left without paying for anything, which I never do.
It couldn't be me. It was definitely either Cecil or, yeah.
Okay. I ordered
And-
that whole like appetizer platter, and fucking Ian was like, "Oh!" He's like housing it, just not making eye contact, just like, ah! I'm like, "Are you
Well,
hungry,
he
little
worked
fella?"
up an appetite, you
He
know?
did. I'm like, "What? You didn't eat enough ass? You're still hungry?" Ew, maybe he's just trying to get the ass flavor out of his mouth.
Maybe. But then,
Yeah.
oh no, he didn't kiss her after the thingy. So yeah, because he kissed her before it, and then other people kissed her. So it would have
Oh,
been
yeah.
like they were all like Eskimo butt kissing
They're all
people.
connected now. And I think Holly's what did she say? Like how you could have done it better. She was like, "Well, you could have like kissed me right after." And he's like, "Oh, I can do that now." And then I was like, "Go sit down. We've done quite enough."
So who's on next week then?
Oh boy. Yeah. Shout out to Trinity St. Clair. She helps me schedule a lot of these gals. She's my Ghislaine. Oh God, I don't know who's on for next week. It's the 13th, so it's gonna be our St. Patty's Day show. Maybe I could bring
Yeah.
in some Irish goodies. What is that? Just Guinness and whiskey.
Yeah, or some
Yeah.
drinking games. A whole bunch of
I have to see who's in town.
green beer.
Yeah. It'll be fun though.
Well, everyone last night was wearing a form of like red.
Yeah, it's weird that worked out. Keanu had like pink on. She had like an orangey color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Cecil
and
always
Cecil had
with his
red.
red.
Oh my God, look at this fucking guy. Let's watch him try to set up.
Oh. Oh my God. Thank God you're hungover because I'm dying. What did we do?
I don't
Fuck
know.
Fuck
We
did we
didn't have
do?
any, I had no water. I meant to do my usual one drink before the show, maybe two, but it just the fans kept buying them. Carmela Clutch is on next week. Okay, who's Carmela Clutch? Do I dare look it up?
Oh.
He's gonna come in clutch.
I never had a dream like this before. I was so fucking drunk by the end of the night that I dreamed, in my dream, like I'm talking to Jay Okerson. He's like, "Yeah, you threw up on Shane Gillis's podcast." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
What?
I didn't remember leaving Sullivan's. And it's like, what? I never had one of those dreams before where it's like a to be continued. I'm like, I don't know.
Wait,
I
you
don't know
had
what
a
the fuck
dream
happened.
that you threw up on a podcast?
No, I had a dream that I was so drunk last night that Jay Okerson was telling me today that last night after Sullivan's, I threw up on Shane Gillis's podcast, which was on Sirius XM, which was, of course, was at a booth at a bar somewhere. You know what I mean? It was that, and then I woke up today so hungover, and I got I got a text from those two awesome fans that are coming by Whiskey Wednesday tomorrow. Don't tell me, Heather and Jason.
Heather and Jason from
and
Boston.
It's their fault, and this is. I'm
I
sorry
blame them entirely.
It's completely their fault, in my opinion, because I'm a victim here.
I blame Paul, the bartender, because I'm at the point now with Paul where I walk in the door. He goes, "What's up, Chrissy? Vodka soda?" And I'm like,
Sure,
and
I
sometimes
can.
he'll just place it in front of me. There's no feeling in the world like a bartender placing a drink in front of you without exchanging any words.
You're like I'm a regular here. This is how I do, yo. Yeah. So I showed up, after our show just to have, I'm going to have one with the boss because I'm with Jimmy Schwartzman who doesn't drink, and it's been so long since I walked into Sullivan's.
It's so bad. I keep forgetting his name. Like, I know his face.
He's a good dude. Jimmy Schwartzman. He's my moral compass. He comes on In Hot Water every now and then when I want to yell about something, and I'm like, am I wrong? And half the time I'm wrong, and half the time I'm right. But I go in, I'm going to have one drink and go. And sure enough, I walk in, and Bill Schultz is there talking to this adorable couple.
I never see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an adorable couple, and they're like, "Oh my God, Geno," and they're like, "We were hoping we bump into you." I'm like, they texted me because I give my number, and I'm like, "Yeah, you could have just texted me to meet you. You're coming Wednesday." They're like, "Yeah." They're like, "Well, let's have one, and then another, and then they're like, I said, "Are you going to see Chrissy tonight?" They're like, "Yeah, are we allowed to?" I'm like, and I go, "Let me text her right now." And they're like, "Are you texting her right now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the coolest man alive. Let me just text Chrissie Mayr."
Wow, they really get to see how the sausage is made.
So I text you get right back like, "Yeah, please." And they're like, "We're so cool." And then we're doing more. And then I'm like, "All right, well, once Chrissy gets here, I'm going to leave." And then Keanu's like, "Chrissy just texted me to come on the," and now, to quote Stewie Griffin, "and now we're at the center of the corn maze because it is." And then the boss walks in from his gig. He's like, "I'm going to have a couple more."
My
now
God.
we're done. Now we're done.
He came in, right, when I was thinking, like, maybe leaving. Then all of a sudden, like, Cumia shows up. I was like, oh, my God. Then everyone's like, did you see the show? There was ass eating. He's like, what? I wonder if he came in to see if Holly would be there.
Who, the boss?
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember last time I was like, let's go meet Holly Treats. He was like, okay.
Well, he was there. He came back right after his show, so we were all hanging out. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go watch Chrissy. I was like, oh, you can't have a... So then I had more shots with him, and then I showed up at your show halfway through. And the funny part is, like, I'm
yeah,
so
you were
drunk.
falling asleep on the couch. It was great.
Yeah, I'm
the camera
so
did not
Yeah,
pan
on
to you.
top of me.
Yeah, it was a long day for Daddy, and I didn't even drink on my show. If you watched In Hot Water, so I wasn't even that fucked up to begin. I didn't have a good base, so to speak. But then I wake up to a text from that cute couple, and they're like, the text is, "Hey, let's hope we can bump into Geno and Chrissy," and then it says fast forward, and it shows a clip of fucking Holly getting her ass eaten. I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. Oh yeah. And there's, but again, if I can just
let's blame them. I blame the couple from Boston.
It's Boston. Yeah, it's Heather and Jason. But if I can again just, I'm sorry that I'm a broken record with how fun it is to have a studio and have this shit happen. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, the YouTube stuff, good, that's fun, but there's no replacing just the insane randomness, for lack of a better word, for lack of a sober brain cell left in my
Compound Media. Honestly, Sullivan's and Compound Media like really works together like two pieces of the puzzle. Like the shows would not be as good if we didn't have Sullivan's there, and the hangs wouldn't be as good, obviously, if we didn't have like talent coming in and shows going on at Compound. Like, I swear to God, this was a few weeks ago. It wasn't Paul; it was the other guy. I kind of overheard him go, "Yep, every Monday," and he said it in this like Irish brogue, and I was like, "What did you just say?" I was like, "What does that mean?" Because someone's either like laying on the ground or breaking a glass, and then Heather she started taking sips of my drink. Like, she took one, and I was like, okay, and then she took another one, and I was like, do you want to just have that one? Like, I'm too old to share a cocktail with people. Like, I'm too old to share a drink with anybody. I was like, you could just keep that. You know, but she was in that place where you're so drunk, all you want to do is keep drinking no matter what. She was in that place. I was like, you can have that. I'll just get another one that we could get more right here.
Well, she
then
lost
she
her
broke the
wallet
glass.
too.
She lost her wallet. She left her phone at the bar because they went out. They were so sweet. Like, they went out to try to find Trulies for the show.
Yeah.
Ended up getting like twisted teas. He's like, is this okay? I was like, yes. Like, literally, if you come with anything, it's appreciated. So they're very good fans, and it always blows my mind. Like, when she at one point, like, I heard her say, like, I can't believe we're hanging out with Chrissie Mayr, and I was like, so it's just a weird thing to hear. I'm like, yeah, sorry, it can't be more. Like, ta-da.
I think at one point I said, I think it was 11:30. I said, I can't believe I'm still hanging out with Chrissie Mayr. Gotta go home.
It was a long day.
Daddy needs his sleepy sleep. No, that was.
If we had the resources to tape, to film what happens at Sullivan's, like, God, that would be amazing.
And I will say this: they got their money's worth. You know what I mean? Because think about it, they're like, well, we'll just go for one, and they got the whole package. They got you, they got me, and the boss was hanging out. And they got a little taste of Bill Schultz. Who else is there really on the shows that you're going to drink with? You know, and don't get me wrong. Jameson's great for a beer, but he's not. He doesn't hang out there, you know, that much because he's responsible, even though he's a heavy metal guy. And you know, like Garrett. No, Steve will drop by for one, but they got
sometimes after
they got the core three drinkers, so that was a lot of bang for the buck. Plus, you know, Fealty's there. You know, Cecil, fucking. Again, two of my faves to drink with. Not just saying it's because you're like you and Cecil. That's a fun drink. You know, it's a fun hang.
He's
Damn.
great. He's like, he just knows how to be like, he's not even if he is starstruck or something, he doesn't act like it. He's always very cool. He's like the opposite of Ian. And then he's like, I just like being in the middle of chaos. He's like, that's why I went with Alex Stein. Oops, Geno's gone. He's like, that's why I went with Alex Stein to Barstool Sports to film. Like, I just like being in the middle of crazy shit happening.
Oh, well, he stayed till like midnight Well, I left at like midnight because I had to get home because the bus was going to stop running. But yeah, he stayed and Jimmy was there. That conversation got really interesting throughout the night. Wish I could really see what was talked about.
Was he talking about not taking his job because he needs his drinking time?
Well, that was like half of it, but the second half like can't even
Personal
be said.
stuff? Like,
yeah,
okay.
kind of. But like, yeah, it was it definitely by midnight, like I was like, I have to go, not because of what's being talked about, but I was like, yeah, I have to go. But yeah, that was wild time.
Interesting.
Oh.
Uh-oh, what happened? Did Six step on your computer?
No, sorry about that. No, it's my computer was screwed up. I hit the wrong button. I just logged. Yeah, Six did it. I'm not going to say I'm so hungover. I just hit the X out of the thing button, thinking I was shrinking the screen. What do you think of an asshole? What?
How good does Geno's mic sound?
Thank you, Chrissy.
No, I'm not
And
asking
Frank.
for praise. You sound great, and you can hear yourself, so you don't have to yell. It's the best.
It's not just that. It's that my normal tone is yelling. So when I have a shit phone that I'm using, it sounds awful, terrifying. Yeah, this is a lot better. Now you can hear my dulcet voice and look, drinking. Like I have to, like, because I have the webcam. It's too long a story my setup, but I have to change the setup. But I like how it looks like I live in just a giant warehouse of an apartment.
It does. It looks like you're in the lap of luxury.
I'm in the center of the 3 rooms as opposed to the
is
south or
that-
north wing.
Is that thing behind you, that huge
That's the
spherical
cat
object?
wheel.
That's your cat wheel? That's gigantic.
It looks it, but it's not. Look. It's not. Look.
Can
no,
you
that's
fit
huge.
inside of it?
That's
What's
way
that?
too big of a thing for a cat.
6, get on the cat wheel. Look at 6. 6. Maybe I can get her on the cat wheel. She's
need to pick up.
been. I got to tell you, even Keanu has to admit she's wrong with her nemesis. She's really getting good on the cat wheel. She fucking goes at it,
All
but
right,
she
that's
doesn't
good.
go for long amounts of time. But I just, it makes me feel great. Oh my God, did you see in hot water yesterday? Frankie big timed us. I talked about this.
Yeah, what happened? I tried to get an answer out of him last night. He's like, I had to go. I'm like, why did you leave in hot water early? I had an appointment.
If you don't get how much we love Frankie, it was so apparent yesterday because he comes in at 2:45 and he never comes in until 3:15. And I'm like looking at Steven like, what? He's like, I don't know. Like, and he just goes, hey, Geno. And we put him on. I'm like, Frankie, you're here. And we just go, all right, I guess he's here the whole show. And then at 10 after 3, he's like, all right, I got to go. And we're like, what? And for all the joking around we do with Frankie, it's like he's fucking with us. He's probably like, he doesn't have anywhere to go. He's going to sit there at home watching. Yeah, now do the last half hour without me, fuckheads. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm a dummy. Oh, look at me. Dance monkeys.
Oh, look at me.
But it was great. He came on at 2:45. He's literally doing a plug. He's like, I got 20 more bobbleheads left. I'm like, what's he doing there? He's like, all right, I got to go. It's 10 after 3. We're like, no, Frankie, we have to do pet of the day. Well, let's do it fast. You got to see it because we're like,
okay, I got to watch him behind.
I mean, it's just not like, oh, you got to watch it. It's so funny. But it is. But you got to watch it because if you don't get how much we're like, wow, Frankie, you really are in charge of this whole thing. You really are running the show. And he's like, well, we're like, where are you going to go? It's really important. What? It's like, look, it's really important. I know you guys are doing your dog and pony horse shit for another half hour. And Frankie's got shit to do. It was funny.
I loved dueling Jimmys. If you could do that more, it just was so funny. And
we sat on that.
I would see Jimmy kind of like, he would kind of mirror the body positioning. It was so funny.
And then Frankie comes on and blows. He's like, that's Jimmy on the left. No, Frankie, we're doing a bit. That's Jimmy on the left. It's like, Frankie, come on. Yeah,
he did stay for the whole wet spot, just saying. You know, he didn't have other things to do.
True.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, yeah. I guess he handled all his important business between 2:30 and 3:45. I get it, Frankie. I get it. I get it, buddy.
Probably had like a doctor's appointment.
I hope.
What
not.
else could he have done?
Who knows? He's an international man of mystery. Okay,
He is
he's a
mysterious.
bi-coastal man. And what do you call? He's a dual continental. What do you call him? He's a man of mystery of some ilk.
Globetrotter. Yeah,
He's
jet
a
setter.
globetrotter man. I don't know what he is, but he's
I always
he's
like
just the
that-
greatest.
If there's like porn playing or someone's like getting their butt eaten out of nowhere, Frankie will be like, "She's a nice one."
Hey, he's got nothing but nice things to say. Nothing but
He
nice.
does
Yeah,
like anal.
He went at that butt, by the way. I've never not a butt guy.
Oh, Ian? No.
No, somebody. Yes, Chrissy, Ian.
I think he's a take whatever he can get kind of guy.
Right.
And sometimes that is the butt.
Yeah, he really. I was listening on the Uber ride home, doing the Uber of shame from the lovely Keanu's. And,
The Uber of shame.
I was listening to you talk about it. It's like he really wants to get into the porn thing, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That's so fucking.
Wait, he has
All right.
59 subscribers on OnlyFans.
He has an OnlyFans.
We should look at his OnlyFans one day on the show. Actually, no, I'm kind of afraid to.
I mean, he's probably showed you all the pictures he has on his OnlyFans anyway already. You get the
Probably.
behind the scenes show.
He thinks he has a good body. Like he thinks he's ready to go.
Look at what I just did. I'm so proud of myself. Look what I did. Guys, look what I did. Look, Scotty's Comedy Cove, 10th and 11th. I am so...
Of what month? Fix it.
God damn it. I should have just
Of
read
March?
this weekend. This
10
week.
10 and 11. What does that mean? Ages 10 and 11 allowed only?
No. By the way, speaking of dates, you know what today is? March 7th. You ready for this? 22 years I've lived in New York City. 22 years to the day.
Wow.
Like my lucky number is 37, so it's fitting that so I'm like I said I'm moving all my stuff up on 3/7, 2001. 22 years later, fucking if you told me when I moved up here, yeah, you'll have everything you want in 22 years, yeah, but it's worth it. You're going to have the show you always wanted. You're going to be fucking I'll say in love with a 30-year-old broad. And you're going to have a cat in your own place.
Gorgeous girlfriend. Yeah. A cat wheel.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something about Keanu. She's an idiot. Girl's nuts about me. An idiot. I'm like, I can
You guys
take her
are
or leave
so
her.
cute and disgusting together at the bar.
We
like
really are.
You're fully still in schmoopy phase. Like
Yeah.
you guys have like newlywed energy all the time.
It's so, but it's
Frankly,
so
I'm
funny.
jealous.
It's like we laugh at how stupid we are. I'm like, I don't care.
It's cute.
I don't
It's
care.
very cute.
It's like that that chick he abducted is totally into the bit. Yeah, I know. Isn't this great?
Oh my God. So would you guys move in together?
I don't know, and it's so funny that we don't worry about it because it's like everything falls into my fucking lap. Like she literally lives 30 blocks from me. So like we'll stay at each other's place, and like there are nights she's like, "Look, I'm tired." Like she's like, "I'm tired." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll just I'll see you tomorrow," you know. And she has a bartending gig that's once a week, but whenever so it's like 2 or 3 times a week because she'll pick up shifts. It's right in between where we both live, so it's like we just always fucking, hey baby, go eat your auto food. Look at 6. Look at my baby. So it just never comes
6
up.
has strange. I'm sorry to hate on an animal, but 6 has like strange coloring. Like
She's
she has
a
very
calico.
uneven. She has uneven. It's not aesthetically pleasing to me. Her coloring.
Wow, cat fight, rare.
Rare. I just hate her still. Because she kept attacking.
Save
my
that for
purse.
when Keanu's on. By the way, that was a fucking top 3 wet spot last night. I'm not just saying that, just because that's the wet spot. I was saying that it's like, well, there's stupid drinking, there's fucking dumb jokes, there's actual couple stories, and occasionally the wild card of a rabid ass eating. That was a rabid ass eating. I mean, it was. And again, I don't care what anyone says. Like we are getting, and then you go back, and it's like you get to report to it's like Cumia's Playhouse, and then he's like, and then he's eating their ass, and we're drunk, and there's fans here. It's stupid. Like I'm like a 10-year-old, but it's so much fun what we get to do, you know. And the boss knows like how appreciative we are of that. So
It's Pee-wee's Playhouse, but with like a lot of alcoholism and debauchery.
Well, nothing untoward happens, as Keanu
It
would
was
say.
very untoward. I love that she says that. We started
untoward.
late too. I try to not start the show late. It's bad when like E-Rock texted me at 7, like, you have a show. It's hard. It's hard to round everybody up from the bar, but I just have to start doing that earlier. Like we need to leave at 10 of. No questions asked.
Good luck with that. Well, just blame me like the boss. But the boss doesn't leave the bar whether I'm there or not now till like 5 after 4. I think the fans are finally over. Gene's holding them there and making them drink. Me?
Yeah. It's Heather and Jason from Boston.
They're coming in
Boston.
Whiskey Wednesday if you want to come by, either of you. That's a fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the Whiskey Wednesday, like I always jokingly say, I'm like, if you dip your toe in the river of iniquity, then your leg is in it and you're washing and you're drowning in it. And that's like Whiskey Wednesday was established because it's like, look, and I haven't been drinking as much on the shows, like after the Clam Radio event, because it's fun to, and it's fun not to, but it's
Clam or clan?
Clam. You never heard that, the Clam Radio? It's sweeping. I got so drunk when we put the shock collar on me, that Frankie was on, and he does ham radio, and then we make all these fake radios like spam radio, and someone made a Clam Radio, and I was so drunk I couldn't say clam. I was like Clam Radio, and it's a soundbite. Like it's all. I'll send you the clip of it.
Okay.
Like a couple fans have made it their fucking text alert. So I quit drinking, but the point is, like, Whiskey Wednesday was established because, like, look, I'm only going to drink Wednesday. If you like drinking with Daddy, come on out Wednesday. And then it became, well, Whiskey Tuesday, Whiskey Monday, Whiskey Thursday. And I believe Maddie Miller, who does all our artwork, made one that said Whiskey Thursday or just any whiskey day that ends in a Y. So we've gotten away from that. I'm trying to get back to the Whiskey Wednesday thing, but last night that took a blow. That took quite a death blow, if you will.
Monday. Yeah. It was Mayor Monday.
By the way, if I could, like, and our merch guy made a Whiskey Wednesday hoodie. Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's, Jesus Christ, watch this. Like, how great. And I'm not trying, it's like, how great. This is the logo. It's me and Dombrowski.
Wow,
Look,
it looks really official.
It's covered with cat hair, of
Oh,
course.
no,
Look,
Heather's upset that we haven't talked about anything of importance yet. Sorry, Heather. We're doing an update, a recap of last night. I had all these
Heather, I'm
topics
sorry.
scheduled. So I'm sorry, Heather. Well, we lost Heather. No, I have all these topics I was going to talk about, but it was so much fun last night. So it's good to recap. This is important. Thank you, Mr. Goodnight.
Well, I think it's also a compliment from Heather that she, like, this is. Yeah. I say this all the time. Like when I wake up in the morning, like I'll put you on if you're on. I'll put Steel Toe on if they're talking about something interesting, like, and then I'll put on morning like at noon, like just to get a half hour in because I can't watch it because I have to do my show prep and get ready. But like I like that she's like, well, you're talking about what you did last night. I can't get my news from this, so she's gonna go. Mm-hmm. But that's a compliment to like that she. It's like I depend on you. You're just telling drunk stories with that fucking old man with the those 2 headband faggots. I need news.
Headband people.
These 2 cancer patients. I don't give a fuck about them.
Oh, hold on. Let's talk about something important, guys. Okay, let's.
Want to see my cat? Oh, okay, important. Never mind.
Let's talk about Pete Davidson. Did you know he got in a car crash?
No.
Yep. Pete Davidson and Chase Suey Wonders. That's a name. They leave teen a bit traumatized after crash. They got in a car crash in Beverly Hills. Ooh, I wonder if they were drunk. Pete Davidson and Chase Suey Wonders left a 16-year-old a bit traumatized after crashing their car into her Beverly Hills home. Whoa.
What?
The teen's father told TMZ that she had been home alone reading when the Saturday Night Live alum drove his Mercedes into the side of the house, prompting a sound so intense she believed it was an earthquake. Okay, so this teen girl was home alone and Pete Davidson crashed into her house. The homeowner,
so they're not dating or anything.
Yeah.
He is dating this girl, but not the girl whose house she crashed into. He's dating Chase Suey Wonders, I think.
All right.
All right. Name. I heard that he was dating that black girl who's a redhead. I can't remember her name either.
No idea.
The Little Mermaid?
No.
No.
What's her name? Icy Hot. She's like a black rapper with red hair.
I'm not gonna know it if you
show like
say
a video clip of her like
Kanye's
dancing.
Upset because Northwest was like trying to like mimic her on a TikTok. I don't know. Her name's not Icy Hot. It's something like that. The vehicle struck outside the living room, penetrating the exterior wall and causing a window to pop out of the frame. Let me guess who was driving. The dad said his daughter was uninjured but was shaken up, though an apology from the couple certainly helped smooth over the events. He has no plans to sue Davidson, but will allow the investigation to conclude before handing the case over to insurance, who will then likely go after the actor. Cops confirmed to the Post that Davidson, 29, had been driving at a high rate of speed at around 11 p.m. Saturday night before jumping a curb in the Flats neighborhood. Davidson also hit a fire hydrant and skidded across the front lawn before slamming into a corner of the house. Is this the house? It looks fine.
Maybe that's a before.
Oh, right here. Maybe right here at the corner. Okay, that's not bad. That's really not bad. I was expecting like a lot worse. And if he had hit the chimney, that would have been more expensive to repair. It's not that bad. I'm making excuses for Pete Davidson. Yeah, there it is. Wow, how is the gutter still intact? That's shocking.
That's a well-built home, by the way.
Yeah. They don't make them like they used to. Wow.
In Italy, they make them of cement. I don't know if you know that.
Ooh, no, I did not.
Well, they invented cement.
That's right, we did. To get rid of fucking mouthy people like you.
Wow. Okay, a police spokesperson refused to provide further details because the department's investigation is ongoing. Both Wonders 26 and the big-time adolescent star, wow, that's the credit they're using. The big-time adolescent star were uninjured. Neither has publicly spoken about the accident. Yeah, somebody was drunk. That's my guess.
That's how they do.
The pair who co-starred in the 2022 horror comedy film Bodies, Bodies, Bodies had just returned from a vacation in Hawaii. Good for them. Now they're getting serious. I don't know. I think talking about our night was more exciting than reading that article.
I agree.
But I wanted to make Heather happy. I feel like I don't want anybody to leave upset that I don't talk about important issues.
Well, let's see if Heather's still there.
Heather's gone. I think, Heather, if you're still there, pick the next topic that we could talk about. I know. I felt so bad. I posted the ass eating clip. I lost 100 Twitter followers. I was like, oh no.
Did
That's
you
so
really?
Weird though.
I think so. Yeah. God. I went from like 0.4 to 0.3 or whatever it was, 0.3 to 0.2.
Oh, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
Somebody post. By the way, we have a guy I want to plug. Oh, that's what I should do. I should put that in the fucking plug. Our YouTube. We have a guy.
Ice Spice. Her name was Ice Spice. Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah.
Not Icy Hot.
If I could do another
It's
shameless.
gonna be her when she's older, though.
Who is she?
She's a rapper, Geno. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm so out of the loop. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're about
Well,
to
she
be in
only
the loop.
works during Christmas, whenever there's presents to get covered.
Okay. Oh, Lordy. All right. Let's do a recap on Ice Spice because I guess this is the Forgotten Spice Girl. Yikes. Okay, let's take this all in. She's like Little Orphan Annie, but for a modern audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Marvel's Annie. 11 things to know about Ice Spice, a New York rapper with more monthly Spotify listeners than the Beatles. Yikes.
The world is ending. Is that true?
Yeah, that's sad.
That is
That's the
fucking
case.
sad.
Okay. Ice dropped her debut EP. Okay, why is this article retarded and it's moving so fast? Is that what this is? It's just like a click-through article?
Maybe it might be just That's weird.
Is she really that good? Is anybody a fan of Ice Spice? Drake was one of her first prominent supporters. She has a song called Munch, Feeling You. We should have played that last night.
Oh, we lost Geno.
Oh God, I could tell we lost Geno because the ambient background noise was gone. She chose her name because she likes spicy food. Wow, she's a real open book. Her real name is Isis Gaston. Ice Spice was born in the Bronx, oldest of 5 siblings. She's Nigerian American. Her mother's Dominican. So she's a real hodgepodge. Geno's back. We're learning about Ice Spice.
Again, I went to send you a link in the private chat. I hit login and ended up logging out. I apologize.
It's very easy to just log out.
Yeah. I know everything. I'm surprised when I came back, the studio show hadn't come to a crashing halt. The 3 seconds I was logging out like a dummy.
I Spy teams up with Northwest for an adorable mini me TikTok. Ugh.
But does she
Yeah.
want to be a Spice Girl? Like, is that why she named herself that?
Right. Is she familiar with the Spice Girls? It's already a thing. I think it's possible she didn't know or doesn't care. There's already Spice. Like, Spice is taken.
Yeah.
It's like she's trying to, like, is it wrong to think she's trying to get, like, you know, YouTube hits or Google hits or whatever the kids call it these days? But like, God, there was some hack comedian once who he put out an album and he used the cable guy in the title to get that.
Oh, wow.
You know? And although I love what's his name, fucking Ricky Redding, and no, it's not Richie Redding. It's Dave Temple. I think his album is called YouTube, Google, Spotify, Instagram.
Oh, I think that's a terrible name for an album, but
yeah,
I
but
get it.
That's why he did it. So, you know, it's like it's cheesy, but in a way, it's kind of brilliant because it'll, you know, whatever gets it out there. If you know. By the way, I changed my plug because if I can give a shout out to the guy that runs our, there's a guy on Twitter who's just Gum Fridays and Gum Fridays and In Hot Water, and it's 2 separate accounts. But he made a YouTube page where he put clips up, and he just put up the clip of I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people during the past couple of years that won't admit it now were screaming at unvaccinated people like they were killing it.
Subscribed. Okay.
And
There we go.
This Ethan Hirschenfeld guy, I showed him my COVID is the flu with a better publicist sticker, and he literally goes, well, you're the problem. He literally said you're killing people. And let me say, like, Garrett is the most easygoing guy in the world. He lost his mind on Hirschenfeld. He called him a preposterous asshole. Yeah. That's the whole thing.
It's adorable. I love the stickers, but I
sent you a link in the private chat that I think's just a clip of the best part, so they don't have to suffer through.
But it's such a great problem to have.
Yeah, check that because
there's a better clip there. Okay, let me.
Well, I think it's the moment where Garrett loses his mind on him because, and I like Ethan Hirschenfeld, but he's another guy that just he totally bought into the narrative.
He's a comic, right?
Yeah, good dude. He's done our show before, and that's why we had him on, and we're like in disbelief.
Yeah, okay, I'll play.
Yeah, 21 seconds. Here you go.
So what I did worked. So why not both?
Again, I repeat it. Maybe like 9th grade biology.
Oh my God, the fucking insult from this preposterous asshole.
You're a fucking
You think you're better than everyone else because
no, I do
you
not.
listen.
Your logic
Wow.
is
what you did worked. So what
Garrett
I did worked.
Never
so why not
is
both?
like this.
Again, I repeat it. Maybe like 9th grade biology.
Oh my God, the fucking insults from this preposterous asshole.
You're a fucking idiot. You're
so
stating the stupidest thing in the world.
You think you're better than everyone else because
no, I do
you
not,
listen to a scientist.
Your logic is.
Oh, it's true. He
And
does seem very arrogant.
Yeah, and in Garrett's defense, he's I'm pretty sure he's vaccinated. He doesn't care. He never and again, who cares what he is, but you don't know because he doesn't care. That's how arrogant he was being. It wasn't about like, oh, you're stupid. It's like, you're being an asshole about this. And Garrett, like, people were reaching out to me saying, I've followed, Garrett since he was stinky on Opie and Anthony, and I've never seen him that angry at someone. We were like, it was amazing. So we got a guy that's been, and we only have 150 subs. Like, he just started like 3 months ago, and I'm finally, you know how bad I am at fucking promoting and stuff. So, like, he's doing the Lord's work. And you could see, I don't know if you saw the bald guy in there. That's a guy named Aaron Berg, and he's put up countless new clips and old clips. So it's where you can go for classic and new clips, whatever. Thank you for letting me do that plug. But just to see Garrett yell that,
people love
that's
the clips.
great.
Not just an asshole, which is very easy to call somebody when you're upset, but a preposterous asshole.
That's how much he pushed Garrett to the edge of his fucking
Oh my
realm.
God, that is so funny. He looks like a professor who sleeps with his male students.
Oh. Thank you, good night, mister. Or as I call him, Mr. Comma Good Night.
That's Douglas Dauntless said that, but we also, good night, mister, also will occasionally say funny things.
Oh, shit.
Well, that argument escalates even more after that between Garrett and Ethan.
Really?
I was just listening to it, yeah.
Dang.
Geno should avoid Bill
That's the
Burr
thing
with
is
his
a lot
logic.
of people. It was very easy for people to not reconsider their position because it went with the mainstream and they were getting validated everywhere. And now people are kind of freaking out, like, I wasn't right, or multiple people can be right, or I don't know.
Chrissy, I've said it on my show. Sorry to interrupt. I've said it on my show. There's people that go, the new line is, oh, I don't care. Oh, I don't care. If you're Donald Trump, okay, let me tell you, the last thing you want to do is not have this event take place. You want that fucking whatever the fuck it was called. I already forget the name because I'm an idiot and I have 4 brain cells left after last night. But you want that fucking procedure to take place. The last thing you want is it to be stopped. Unless you fucking know it was fucking bullshit and you're like, let's fucking tear it apart and let's blame the very people that want this to fucking happen.
Yeah, a lot of Republicans, you know, they want their own. Like Joe Biden is of them. Like there's the political class, and they were not like they had it was $2 billion a month was what we were spending in the Middle East. He came in and ended that all that $2 billion a month for 20 fucking years. That money was going into their fucking donors, their coffers. He came in and was like, wait a minute. We're the biggest country in the world. We're fighting like 30 guys in nightgowns with a fucking in 1982 Toyotas with 30-year-old fucking AK-47s. We're having a hard wipe them out immediately. Ended the war. $2 billion a month cut off. Plenty of Republicans were pissed off.
Didn't start any new wars.
Now we got a new war. Yeah.
Made friends with Putin. Made friends with what's his face in North Korea, kind of.
Well, he walked over the DMZ. Alone. With like no security.
Yep.
A lot of people though forget though on January 6th too, Mike Pence released like a memo like before everything happened saying about how he was not going to step in like with his like vice presidential like ability to be like I'm not going to, you know, sign
people thought that he could overturn it. I don't know if he had that ability or not.
Well, there was debates that it could be done because I think it was done once before where the VP decided to count a different set of electors than what was like the official supposed set. So there is precedent that I think it did happen once before, but like when he released that, I think that was them trying to spark off things like, oh, Mike Pence isn't going to do anything. And it happened like right as everything was starting. You know, so really everything about it was shady as heck.
I'm just gonna imagine if it was switched, right? Imagine if there was a January 6th where they just let in Antifa and Black Lives Matter and like let them do whatever they want. Can you imagine the destruction and the killing and how much worse it would have been?
Yeah, but it would have stopped the spread of COVID if they did that.
Right, of course.
All right, look, I have got to bail because I have a show in a little bit that I have to get ready for. But thanks for letting me realize other people were hungover because I'm not normally this hungover after Monday night.
Dead, man. I'm dead.
But I was saying, Cecil, I don't know if you were listening before you got here. It's like it was a perfect storm because it's like me, Chrissy, and the boss who the fans want to drink with. And I said, you two, Mike
and Cecil and Fealty.
Fucking like whenever me and you were at that bar, shots are happening, Cecil. You know, it's insane. So I feel better that everyone else. I feel better that everyone else feels as bad as me.
Misery loves company, and I had the worst train. They spit me out in Woodside. I was going all the way out Long Island. My train stopped in Woodside, and it was freezing and snowing, and they fucking said 45-minute wait outside for the next fucking train.
I feel 10 times better. I literally was like, I was so done. I'm like, Kiana, can we go home? She's like, I'll go to Uber, baby. Thank you. All right, I'm out in hot water in an hour. Chrissy, you're
cutting out.
Wow, what a time for the camera to freeze and that face right there. Oh, he's back. You're back.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I thought, are you pretending to cut out?
I hate awkward goodbye. Awkward goodbyes.
Cecil, okay, so we established everyone's hungover. What was your thoughts on last night?
I thought one of the funniest things is when she was like, somebody eat my ass, and you were like, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Cecil?
You were like, I believe you. I was like, no.
Well, you're like, my mom watches.
I don't know. My mom watches this show. She's like, "Hi, Mom."
Like I'm offering you a cookie. Like,
yeah,
oh,
I'm
would
like,
you
I'm
like one?
I'm gonna have to pass. Not on camera. So yeah, that everything was perfect. Just even that kid Ian's voice, like the way it's like squeaky, is like, I'll do it. Like fucking, he comes running in. He was everybody was a player. It was good.
It was fun.
It was a perfect shitstorm.
So many people were messaging me. Oh, you got to get Swedish Bella for Cecil. Like there's so many messages that I was getting annoyed about it. I'm like, okay.
Forget.
Well, Swedish Bella missed her chance. Holly Hendrix swooped in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She already got the ring on her finger. She were already engaged.
She's gonna come up to your place to do the Jack show.
I think if I do that, I might just I'll get something at like a Hampton suite in Manhattan and do it out of there. I'm not gonna fucking have her come out to you.
Okay. Really? Okay.
I think I'll do that.
Maybe there should be a live studio audience for that, just saying, where people
also like
come and
like if I do like next show is Anna's, like she could lose her channel. Like I can't really, I can't fucking this girl's a wild card. I mean, she like just started. You were showing a video and she just threw her leg like over me, and I look over and she's just like fucking masturbating,
playing solitaire,
and then I'm like, I just take my camera, start taking pictures.
And I was like, I couldn't tell if it was for show. It probably was for show because I'm like,
no one was looking at her.
Who starts playing with themselves, watching their own work, like watching their own films, adult films. I was like, wow. Okay.
She said she's her own worst critic. So she obviously enjoyed the work that she was showing. This was
right. Because I asked her, I'm like, okay, is it like comedians have to listen back to their set? Like, do you have to like listen and watch back your report and be like, oh, I should have arched my back more here. I should have like, shut my eyes there. I should have dodged.
I love when I asked her the question. I was like, how did you, like, you're tiny. How did you know you could fit 2 dicks in your asshole? She goes, I've had 3. That's what she said immediately back.
That was the first thing she said. I've had 3. I'm like, how?
I just don't
Where?
know how you fit the guys standing together and like.
And then we were talking about this at the bar.
It's like a portal or something. It's like when you split in half.
3 guys going into the one woman, like that's kind of gay. Like if you're participating, if you're one of 3 like dicks going into somebody, like okay, it's like part of it's going in a woman, but part of it's against another dude's
a lot of
dick.
friction on other cocks is what which is making you come is is rubbing your dick against another dude's dick.
It's pretty gay.
Like I said, I think we said this is more of like a team building experience.
It is like a trust fall, so to speak.
Like getting the whole office over the wall type of thing, like we can do this, we're a team.
Yeah. Like if
Don't make eye
media had an HR department, that would be our team building exercise. Like, who wants to eat this girl's ass? All right, now you go. Let's give feedback.
Our ass is like a portal or something. Because I mean, those guys are not, these are big fucking fellas, that's their livelihood.
Oh my god, it was shocking. Like they were like this big. Like it was. She said, "Oh, Europeans are bigger," and I was like, "This is the first I'm hearing of this."
It's like it must be like a portal or something. Her ass, like how I don't understand. Like she should split in half like a log.
No.
Yeah,
well, she's 4'10", right?
She's very tiny. She's like 100
pounds. 4'10".
You picked her up like nothing.
She's under 100 pounds. Yeah, I was surprised. Like it was like weird.
You were like whoop. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
She's a TARDIS.
She's a TARDIS. Yeah.
Would you have done that in private, Cecil, if it wasn't on camera? I don't know. You don't strike me as the type of guy to immediately eat an ass without, a handshake or a conversation first.
Yeah, I would have indulged, of course. I'm not fucking doing that shit on camera.
Okay.
Man, we should have gotten her to come to the bar after.
She had to go. She had other engagements. She was like, I'm already late. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I wonder what those engagements were.
Who knows? Working 9 to 5. Gotta
Well,
make a living.
She came in late, but it was the dictionary definition of fashionably late. It was the perfect entrance. So
it was so fashionable.
you loved it. You loved her from her open purse. That was
I was like, your stuff's falling out.
Everything's pouring out. You're like, I love her. Like everything.
You can tell so much about a woman from their purse. I could do a whole video on that.
You were like, this girl, I can tell from her purse. Ian's gonna eat her ass in a few minutes. I can tell. I can tell.
Oh my god. Yeah, that purse to me was like, this is the purse of someone who's had 3 in them.
3 Europeans, especially.
European. Putting the peen in European.
Which is girthier, I was told. But I mean, yeah, the thought of one of those dudes hitting me, in the ass is nightmarish. that's like a nightmare scenario, just one.
How did you guys end up kissing? How did that happen?
Love happened.
Just love happened?
Well, Ian made out with her, and then I had lost interest. But then Keanu made out with her, and that's what you call a palate cleanser. And then because she had been trying to kiss me, and then I was kind of like,
I don't think you wanted to do anything like that on camera.
And then after Keanu made out with her, I was like, all right. She got rinsed off.
I can tell when she farts. I hear nothing. It's like.
It's a sigh.
Like
an exasperated sigh.
I bet her butt was sighing after last night. Like, why do you put me through this, girl? Why? Come on, this guy, Ian.
She did. It could have been fucking the Hunchback of Notre Dame. She could not give a fuck. Like it could have. She's playing on another level.
How I know she's a people pleaser, because she probably took one look at Ian and it's like, okay, Ian's not anybody's first, second, or third choice, or I would say not even top 50. But she, without missing a step, was like, okay, because she probably didn't want to reject him in the moment, and she also was thinking like, what would be the most fun thing to do? And I always like having somebody on who operates from like, I'm going to do whatever's the
professional.
Yeah, whatever's the most fun move, that's what I'll do.
Mm-hmm. She was a player.
Yeah, she was a team player. Yes, a sphincter sigh.
I'm pretty sure she brought up the idea of someone doing that, though.
How did it come up? I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
I don't know. I believe I was the target of that, and I was not gonna do that
on camera.
I theoretically I would do it off. I mean, I don't know if I would. It's only one way to find out. I don't know. That's
it might have been all of Frankie's dancing.
Fun thing, dying alone with no one who loves or respects. Now, come on. I think there you can find a balance, right?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, she's not going to die alone. You know why? Because Cecil will be there.
Oh, I thought Snowball was talking about me.
Oh. No, because I was saying like Holly just, I feel like she made decisions based on what's the most fun thing. And then he's saying that this is going to lead to dying alone with no one who loves or respects you.
He is not thinking outside of like 3 hours is a long-term plan.
Yeah. She's not thinking about her deathbed. She's thinking
another level. This is another. I've met girls like this. This is another level shit. You try to throw logic and shit like, well, what do you have planned? Like, then she does have this weird like actual life plans, but then like when you get her out, it's just there's no fucking. There's people on that are playing in different fucking levels.
Yeah, she is so. Oh, it's like. I'm not going to compare it to a dog, but like someone who just lives so much in the moment. They're so fully giving the present moment everything they got. It's like tomorrow doesn't exist.
Yes.
It's kind of exciting to be around people like that.
Like you telling her like, you're going to die alone and long. And she's like, what are we doing?
She's like, okay.
What are we doing?
Well, she's buying houses,
Yeah.
She's like,
she's talking about buying a second house. She's doing fine. She's not going to be alone.
She's staying East Coast, so that's good.
Yeah.
She's
well,
like, I'm
she's
gonna
staying
die.
East Coast, but
I'm gonna
getting a
die
house
with
in Cali or something.
3 peens in me.
That'll be the day
boy.
when they're U.S. peens, since they're smaller than the European ones, apparently.
That was news to me. I've only had a
Maybe
couple
like-
Europeans, and I wouldn't say they really were memorable. I mean, I remember them, but
it'd be like playing the triangle, I think, for me if I get in there.
you'd be cowbelling her.
The dinner bell.
The dinner belling.
Well, if you do that, then Ian's gonna come running.
Oh my god.
It was like, I was so gross watching his tongue. I was like, ugh. I was like, it was like looking at an eclipse. I was like, I want to see it, but I have to look away also.
I was like,
Wait, is that the one Frankie talks about then? That was the eclipse Frankie's been going off about?
Like the eclipse is early.
How can Frankie see everything that's going on?
Yeah, I think so. Because
how is he so unflappable? Like he is a man of stone. How?
Mm-hmm. Right. He wasn't yelling like, oh my God, what's happening? I think he just like observes and is quiet.
Yeah, it's like this girl's got everything out, a pussy out, getting her ass eaten. And he goes, "What do you think, Frankie? Okay, November 28th, there's gonna be an eclipse in Nova Scotia. Everybody." It's like, what the fuck? That was your reaction?
Yeah, she's a nice one.
Oh yeah, she's good.
And then the dance.
She's doing great so far.
Well, he's
I love Frankie.
He's dedicated to Amy, whatever Amy.
Yeah. Frank saying Cecil get Frankie on the Jack show. Oh, he would be great.
Okay.
He's a viral sensation. I don't know if you're aware.
so is Holly, I think.
Yeah. In a different way. In more ways than one. That was fun. That was fun. Do you think you guys are guys? Do you think Holly's lifestyle would keep you from wanting to settle down or date somebody like that? Or do you think there are men that like don't really care?
Settle down, dude. If anybody who's trying to take that and settle it down is, that's it's
right. It's like taking a feral animal,
dude. And there are guys who think, I've known strippers and stuff like that. It's like I've seen guys to be like, yeah, she just, and then they are torn to pieces like in a few months. Like, I did everything right, and she blew my doorman because I was 5 minutes late. I loaned her $20,000.
Women do that too. Women will take a guy who is a super player and think like, I can change him, like he'll settle down with me, and then
they do it more.
Women messes around.
Women do it more because they were doing those dating surveys, and it's like 60%, something like 60% of women are dating, and like only 30% of men are dating. So women are all dating the same 10 guys. 10 fucking guys, and yeah, women are trying to nail down that good looking stud who's always out partying, and they're all getting their fucking hearts ripped out left and right, because why in the fuck would this guy settle down? He's got 100 girls in his Tinder right now that he could be like, come over, and that's what like sometimes the girls are like, oh, I got a good looking guy. It's like, you don't understand. He will happily fuck a 4 as happily as he will a 10 at this point. Yes.
Ooh,
because,
a 4. No.
but what happens is he does occasionally fuck a 4, and that ruins them forever because now they're like, he's my lead.
Oh, they think that's
he's so bored of it, like it's so plentiful that he's just like, I don't care what you look like. Who could be here sooner? Who will bring me food? Who will get me Taco Bell, bring over 6-pack, and yeah, for sure. Now he bangs her out. Never calls her back, but she's like, I'm in this level. Now she's looking at dudes at her level, and she's like, no, man, look at this. This is cool.
Everyone needs to stay in their lane, stay on their level.
It's that's pretty much what's happening. So a lot of dudes dropped out of dating altogether. So and the dudes that do don't go after girls like Holly.
Well, because some of them are afraid to eat ass on camera, and you miss your chance.
Chicken.
Yeah, those chickens.
The president stuck on. It's fucking peer pressure. No. Like I said, my mom is a big watcher of the wet spot. And I don't think that
Fealty, would you have done it?
No.
You would have said the same thing. is a big fan of the show.
No, I definitely wouldn't have been able to think that fast. I would probably just be like, no, and like just walked away.
Good. I'm full, thanks. I just had some.
I mean, luckily with Ian there, I would have been beat to any reply because he would already been up and running over. So but yeah, no, that's I don't want to lick where all those European peens have been.
Okay, but it's she's showered in between.
Yeah,
it's a memory, so to speak.
You stand on her hands in the shower. Scalding.
She had a good soak.
Oh, okay. But a little what is that called? Bath and Body Works. Yeah,
there's a lot of tactics that girls in the adult industry will use to like clean out. They'll put like borax up there.
She told us
they're getting a infection or something.
She told us
fascinating.
She told us the before the anal scenes to do ice cold water enemas.
Yeah, why ice cold?
Because it solidifies whatever's back there. The cold.
Oh my god!
Warm kind of turns it to like peanut butter, and it'll some of it'll stay. But
wouldn't you think warm is better because it'll slide out?
No, because it softens it, and some of it just kind of like
stays.
Even a smear can ruin the whole scene.
A smear campaign.
So when I said, because I said that to her, I'm like, I guess the hot would turn into like peanut butter. She goes, yes, you get it.
Why do you get it?
But yeah, she gave us all the
so the ice water, they freeze and then they fall out like icicles.
It kind of comes out in chunks with ice, but she's so full of these funny little stories we talk
really
about.
I liked her. I
love her. I could listen to her for hours, tell these funny little work stories.
And like we're all humans. It's so easy to judge. Like it's so easy to get on your high horse and be like, oh, she's this, she's that. No man's ever gonna want to be with her. But it's like at the end of the day, like we're all human beings. It's fun to hear these stories. Like it's fun if you don't want to live that life. It is fun to like hear the stories of somebody who does, and if they're comfortable with it, and obviously I feel bad when I meet a girl in the adult industry when you go, okay, you're clearly not cut out for this. Like it's taking a toll on your soul. Like most women are not built to like have a long career in adult, but like the ones that are, and they're cool with it and they're thriving and they're like, buying mansions and cars and they're cool with it. Like, and they have fun stories. Like, why not? Like, God
she
bless.
Literally was like, her dream guy is a transsexual.
Oh my God! Yeah, I was asking her like, who's on her? Who's
the guy you want to fuck the most?
What was his name? Oh man, Foxy, I think it's like a trans star called Foxy.
P.S. Foxy. Anyway,
P.S. Foxy.
And then these beautiful tits, and then she just starts masturbating while talking about it. Like she's.
And then the booth is so quick. They pull up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I met her. I met her at Exotica a couple years ago when I was there with Zia. She's a sweetheart in person. Like great energy.
No, but like with Holly, it's like, yeah, I know what you were saying. Like there's sad cases. Like if she came in with a handler and had like a dead-eyed stare, it's like
yes, which some of them do. I'll never forget Kendra Sunderland came in and did the show. One of the biggest gets I had ever had at that point. This was like maybe 2 years ago. She came in the highest I've ever seen a person and was unable to complete a sentence, was so checked out, couldn't have been less interested in being there. And it's like, well, then why come if you clearly don't want to be here? And so it's like, I'd rather you just cancel. But when you have somebody who's present and having fun and like loves who they are in their life and is like, it's kind of like it is a performance in a way. It's like you and the same thing is like they have this time to come on if they're fun and they're like, you know what I mean? Like it's like a commercial for themselves. Like the goal is there's a lot of guys watching how are you going to sell somebody on your OnlyFans? Like, this is kind of your opportunity. And so if you show up and you're just like, I don't know, and you're over it, and like, or you're so high, like you're too,
or
drunk
you're just being pimped. That's the other thing. It is kind of like scary because if a girl comes in really high, they're just fucking feeding her drugs. There's a big dude like, you got to be here, you got to do this, and it's like, is this like, coerced? Is this like, you know what I mean? Because it does happen in that industry. And then you meet someone like her, and you're like,
she's in it for the love of the game.
She's like, I'd be doing this if I wasn't being paid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like if you get a chef on the show, the chef's going to cook some food. They're going to talk about the behind the scenes of making all the food. And then, that's what she did. She just loves her job and, cooked us some food on a chair.
Yeah.
This is from Marshall. Kendra was also weirded out by the In Hot Water boys making fun of school shootings. Yeah, her sense of humor wasn't really in line with compound media. That's true. That did not help. And she had done that show, I think, either earlier in the day or the following day or the day before.
Oh, she was on their show and they were doing.
Yeah. Yes, Steve had as his background for a long time, like the picture of him like grabbing her boobs. And I think she was the one that was famous for, I think, masturbating in a library in college.
Oh. She's a bookworm.
She's a real bookworm. Women love me. I'm a lump of clay. Very lumpy. Thank you, J Bama. Always clean with Clorox douche. Ew. Holly is a real 5-tool player.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even get into what do you think her biggest gangbang was?
Like number of people or size?
Yeah, I mean, once we were just, when 3 cocks in the asshole at the same time, and we were already impressed. We didn't need any more. She didn't have any. She had all the street cred in the world. We didn't have to ask her bona fides after that.
Yeah, we didn't have time for a lot of questions. I think
she was busy masturbating to TS porn.
It was interesting. I was like, that's not even a functional penis at that point. It's decorative purely. They've stopped. I mean, its energy source has been cut off, so to speak. I don't know exactly what goes on, but it's still there.
Not enough testosterone to get it. Because the video that your booth guys pulled up, it was a young fella working on it, and it looked like a robin pulling a worm out of the ground. It was.
It was huge. I don't know what you're talking about.
But it was
just worm.
It was not. It was the robin and worm.
It was very rubbery.
Yeah, it was.
It was more like an eagle and something large.
It wasn't. No, we're talking about TS's. We're talking about that Foxy girl. There was a young and deflated. It's clearly its spirit was broken.
Yeah.
I mean, as a man, I'm just saying, I thought it was huge. It looked gigantic to me,
Well, it was on a big TV,
Yeah.
When you see it.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's what
That's what it is with these movie stars. You see them, they look 80 feet tall, but then you meet Tom.
Camera adds a few pounds. Yeah.
But
God,
it was very
a worm out of a ground.
Because it was like he couldn't go down on it and it stayed hard. He just have to like envelop it and then pull it, stretch it.
Oh my God.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Like trying to not sucking the life out of something. He was trying to suck life back into it.
Yeah. Dick CPR. Live,
For
damn
real. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
And she's just like rubbing her chest, like, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody follow Holly. Follow Holly Hendrix on Twitter at Holly Hendrix _ on Instagram, Holly Hendrix official.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to try to figure out her schedule. Like I said, she wanted to do it this Thursday, but like I said, I don't know if I could risk Anna's channel. It's okay. She's too wild. Like, you know what I mean? Like
she might.
I could tell her no.
Out. Might take her shirt
very
off
much so. Very pull something out of mine as well. But yeah, she's too.
How long is she gonna be in town for though?
I think she's another month. So
another month? Oh wow. Okay.
Wow. So yeah, I don't know. I'll talk to her today, and I'll find out.
Wow, I could have her back on the show.
But I don't think I'll have her over the homestead. I think I'll rent a place and have her come there.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's very
and-
strippery of you.
Live studio audience. I'm just saying, just invite some people. They could sit
Is
in
it
the
more like
background.
you don't want her knowing where your home is?
I'm like kind of, I do wear a mask. I have a bat cave,
Yeah.
No. I mean, I trust her. She's got other things to do than stalk me. But
Yeah.
it's a hump out here to Long Island, and I don't want her to know where I live.
I know about that.
Like, I'm just gonna
You
circumnavigate.
just
the
wake up
truth.
one day, you look outside with your cup of coffee, you see her on the corner just masturbating, just looking at you. You're like, oh God, there you are.
Holding up pictures with my neighbors of a guy in a red mask.
Yeah.
Does he live around here?
Have you seen this man?
Well, she could probably fit through a doggy door if you have one too.
She could fit through a mail slot.
Yeah.
I bet there's a video. Yeah, that's a genre.
What?
Stuck in
The
a
dog-
doggy door, like,
Oh.
yeah, I'm stuck.
Washing machine.
Anybody want to test it right now? Type that in. I guarantee there's a stepbrother banging a sister
Doggy
stuck in a doggy door. I guarantee.
Ugh.
Do I even have to look it up?
Yikes. It was fun though.
I tried to ask her like what were their motivation in this film I was watching.
Yeah. Tell me about the costume design here.
Now, what was? Now what? Now you were trying.
They were
not-
somewhere tropical. I think she said they were in Jamaica. I've noticed a lot of shoots happen in Jamaica.
Oh no! She said the European guys, and then she said it was
Are
in
bigger.
it was in Cancun.
Cancun.
And I had to let her know that Cancun's not in Europe.
Yeah.
But I think she knew that actually. She said they flew them in. So
Wow.
they should have visited Nina.
Right.
Yeah.
She could have been in it. She could have been like the water girl,
The one-
Oh my god!
spraying them
like,
down.
I'm here to fix the copier. Oh, look what's happening.
It was fun as long as everybody had fun and nobody felt like too scandalized.
Fun. Well, it was a little. I mean, come on, it is scandalous. I mean, you did have to pull down that tweet.
You probably had the worst view of it, Cecil. Like you were
I had
like
the
looking.
be-
You
I
were
had the
looking
best
right
view.
into the eye of the storm back there. With
Literally
Ian.
just sat down, threw her fucking leg over me to spread her legs, and was just like. First, she pointed at it. Like it's all on the
She
film.
pointed at it.
She's like, and she
She looked
started.
at you and she was like,
I'm like, yeah.
"Wow,
And then she goes, "You're funny. I like you."
really?
Whispering that in my ear. I was like,
Oh my gosh, that's exciting."
Did she even
Love it.
question like the headwear though?
Not even no. He's just a guy. That's what I'm saying. This is a
And then
person.
you spun around and showed her your face, which I was like, "Wow, things are really escalating." She didn't question you. She wasn't like, "Why do you wear that? What's
Not
wrong
even-
with you?" Which most
that's why-
people do.
Right. She's on another level. She's like man in a mask. That's what
gets
he
it.
does. That's it. He wears a mask wherever he goes. That's-
Mask guy.
Don't question it. That's
Mhm.
Spider-Man, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, it was exciting.
It was fun.
Good show. Good job, everyone. It's gonna be hard to top that.
No,
Well,
it'll happen.
The bar has been raised, so
Yeah, maybe we could do like a slip and slide outside or something. It's like when it gets warmer.
Manhattan. Fucking broken bones on the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, like slip and slide through like needles and shit on the ground. Wow, Spider-Man had a hard life.
Are you, she's like, "Are you Tubby Maguire?"
Uh-huh. Maybe we could set up a slip and slide like down the hallway or something. No, that would get messy. We'll think of something.
Yeah, do something like that chick that broke her back recently, jumping into
Oh, the
a
Twitch thing.
yeah,
That was
jumping
bad.
into a ball pit that was not like 3 inches.
That was Adriana Chechnik, wasn't
I
it?
know. Yeah,
She was like a
that
top
She was
performer.
pregnant.
Ah,
I think
top.
she was pregnant or
No.
something too.
What?
No way.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard she was pregnant at like the time.
That's crazy. All right, I just tried to look her up. Don't do that. Ah, okay.
No, she's like, it's unreal. Like what she had a broken back from being fucked so hard in the pile drive position
Okay.
before this. Like she had back problems because that was her move, is ass up in the air and her neck bent and up, and guys would just
Wait, on your back?
She'd be like against the couch, for support, and she'd be back of her neck would be on the ground, her chin into her chest, her ass up in the air, and then guys would kind of like squat down and pile drive down. And years of that, like I think she had a broken back already or severe, like because that was like the signature.
She was already on workman's comp.
Yeah. I read the whole thing.
Move.
She already had back injuries, or they had to put like something. I think she had a rod. No pun intended, but she had a rod.
A lot of rods going in there.
What's one more rod? But
yeah, a rod in her back. Yep, he's European. Mm-hmm.
So so her jumping in off. She jumped off of something thinking it was going to be, and it was just
all pads.
Cement landed right on her tailbone and broke her back.
She jumped. She did like almost like a cheerleader jump, split in the air, and then landed like right on her ass, like right on her tailbone. Oh.
Wasn't it like one of those pits almost with like all the
square ball pit? Yeah,
it looked like a pit, but it was nothing underneath.
It was enough.
Top. It was a foam.
Yeah.
There was not enough foam pits in there to make it like an actual legit foam pit, like the ones that like gymnasts usually will flip off the bars. They didn't have that when I was growing up. By the way, there was no foam pit. You just had to like figure it out. You had to just like land poorly and deal with it.
Well, that's back in the day when gymnasts would break their ankle and then still go and run and do the flippity flip and land it with one foot.
Drug, baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Long Island, right?
I think so. Where can I watch? Where can I find and watch porn where her back breaks? Oh God, no. Don't look for that. Snowball needs help.
Did you see there's a video of a big fat chick who's at one of those gymnastic things, and she falls into the pit and cannot get out, and they have to like and she's like drowning, and there's like guys there are guys pulling her, and it's like it looks like it's pulling like a hippo out of like a tar pit. Is like
Cecil is Peter Parker. Thank you, J Bama. Porker.
Hurtful.
Of course.
Yep.
Wow. Good time, guys. Good time. Yeah, everybody hit the like button. You're right, Lockbeard. Everybody hit the like button. If you've made it this far, hopefully Heather will come back someday.
Heather.
Oh, you hear is Heather was the one that she was upset that I wasn't talking about the events.
Oh.
Articles that I said I would talk about. But then we talked about covered Pete Davidson. We covered January 6th. Batgirl gets stuck in foam pit at Sky High. Legit foam pit. She's really in there. So she probably
normal people
jumped in. She's all the way buried. How did she get so far down?
They're trying to get her to swim towards them.
Normally you land in one of these things and you don't sink all the way to the bottom. You just are in like at waist level and you can climb out.
Oh, this is a different fat girl, I think.
There's multiples apparently.
She sunk down too far. Yeah, these things are not hard to climb out of.
She's having to
throwing them out of the way is not going to help. There's always going to be more. I don't like that these blocks are supporting Ukraine.
No, there's another one. There's a different one where she was really stuck. Like they had like make a human chain of guys.
Oh my gosh.
There's honestly, like I've been scrolling through and there's so many. Like I did not think there would be so many.
You think there'd be a warning?
I can't stand and follow me. Go, Marshall. Oh boy.
I interrupted you because I came in late.
You did not interrupt.
Late and gay.
This is kind of a strange off the rails show anyway.
What's the next topic? Or are you trying to get at?
I know. No, I'm not. I'm just like anything that I bring up is going to be so boring in comparison to what we've already been talking about. Like this is
we always go back to it.
New York City lawyer on maternity leave who put Eric Adams on the spot over under fives wearing masks reveals she was fired 30 minutes after confronting him. Like that's not shocking.
Under fives.
Under
I thought
fives.
I swear to God, I thought he meant like hot, like
Women?
ugly chicks should wear masks.
Oh, I think under fives. Yeah, they should wear masks.
Under fives should wear masks. I'm with Eric. First policy he's come up with that I'm for. Eric Adams is a hero. Under fives in New York are
If you're a 4, you better be wearing that mask still. If you're a 3, better see with that mask on.
That's why I have to wear this mask in New York.
Because you're an under 5.
Yes.
Oh my God. I guess she gave him shit for. Oh my God.
How did you get up? I was actually surprised when I saw your thing. I'm like, how did you were drinking?
Yep.
But you weren't doing the shots with the.
I did a shot, and then
Geno
saw the face I make when I do a shot of Jameson. He's like, all right, no more shots for you. Because I still never really learned I don't know how to do that thing that makes your throat open up that makes you good at shots. You know what I mean? Like,
should have asked Holly. I bet she knows it.
Should have asked Holly. I always do that thing where I take it and then I go, and then I swallow it.
Also, Holly told us that we did really come back to it. She told us that she did not know what poppers were, amyl nitrate, and
I know that was shocking. That's how I know she's not like dabbling with too many. I was gonna say gay dudes, but I think she kind of low key is.
Her dream guy is a guy with tits and.
Oh right, yeah. Her dream scene partner is a trans. So
yeah. She's her own thing.
Who brought that up? Did you bring that up, Frank? How are you doing this? You're not even here. People are tweeting suddenly Cecil like the Little Shop of Horrors song.
Yeah, I mean,
how did Frank do that?
You did that, Fealty.
When she said my dream guy is a TS
Toxic trans. Yeah.
I mean, I did swoon a little. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh.
You're like I have a dig and it's too. Yeah. you were
what part of heaven did you fall from?
You were like a high schooler.
Yeah.
I'm so happy she showed up though. That
You wouldn't have been able to do that if she hadn't showed up. Ian would have had to eat your ass, Fealty.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been all me.
I think Ian would have done it.
I think so too.
He was listen, he was a big part of it. He was a player too.
I have really a love-hate relationship with Ian. Like I mostly hate him, but
I
like the sight of him bothers me. Hearing his voice grates on me. He's not grateful. He's not appreciative. He never brings anything. He never brings drinks or cookies or snacks. Like just bring in 1 6-pack every once in a while. You know what I mean? Like Drunk Jimmy does that. Mostly everybody will bring something. Or if they're like a fun person, but he just is like, he's just a taker. You know what I mean? He's a taker. And I'm like, ugh.
That's
him
called
again.
A schnurr.
Him again. You know, I'm like, okay. But he was fun and he did contribute to good content.
Yes.
So
finally earned this.
He was a giver for Holly. You know, he gave.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. I'm tested. Yeah, he is great. He is great. He is grading, you know. That's how I would describe him. But I think he's just kind of clueless. Like he doesn't. He's a
babe in the woods.
So no social cues, no.
Nope.
Yeah, I could see him pulling out like pictures of him at his like Thanksgiving with his fucking. Look what I did. It's like, why are you showing?
Look at the picture of my dick. Can
this is me eating Holly. Remember I told you about Holly Hendrix?
We do a collaboration video. Well, I won't tell my mom. I told her I'm seeing Ant-Man. He's told his mother that he's in various book clubs, that he's in part of different groups. He's seeing movies. He's at the library. He's going to run out of excuses.
He's like, but Ian, all you do is sit in your room and masturbate all day.
Ian, you told me your face smelled like ass. What's happening to you? Yeah,
There's
I think
no
that's
way
why
she doesn't question.
That's why he was all over the appetizer plate, because I think he was trying to just get the ass smell out of his mouth. And Cecil, I'm sure I have to send you money because I don't know who the bill went to, and I left without thinking about it. No, I'm gonna Venmo you. It's
Don't
probably pretty high. There's probably a lot of
No,
drinks
no,
in
no,
there.
don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Okay.
You stayed after me. It was you and Jimmy at the
Well,
end.
as I was fixing drunk Jimmy and his various life problems. You know how that.
Doesn't it always go that way? He always ends up like it becomes like therapy hour.
Yep.
Yeah. It turns into so Chrissy. I don't want this job. I'm thinking about. I'm not gonna take the job. It's $400 for 2 weeks of
for training. And you were like, just go to the training and see how that goes. He's like, nah, then I can't come here and do this.
He's like, I think I'm gonna quit. I don't like it. I'm like, how long have you been working it? He goes, it starts tomorrow. I'm like, you're already quitting.
It starts tomorrow.
I'm like, how long? I mean, you've been there a week and he hates it. I'm like, how long?
Ian is not in high school. Ian is definitely.
No.
I think he's what, like 25. It seems.
Probably around that, yeah.
Yeah.
He just has like the teenager on The Simpsons voice, like there, sir.
Yeah, he sounds like Milhouse, but looks like Milhouse.
Yes, perfect description. He sounds like Milhouse, but he also looks like Milhouse. He's a disgusting version of Milhouse.
He's
It's Hell's Milhouse.
He's very like he's like a Jewish Millhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very nebbishy.
Yes.
He's,
Ned Flanders-esque, but like less.
No,
likable.
more like Woody Allen, like a big Woody Allen that likes to eat ass. I'll eat your ass, Holly.
Oh,
Soon
my glasses.
Soon
His glasses probably got covered in it. Oh no, but he whipped it. I think he whipped his glasses off for it. He's like, I'll do it.
Mia Farrow. Yeah, like he was like Clark Kent turning into Superman. He pulls the glasses off.
Yeah. I was like, where'd you get that cape from?
Did somebody say ass eating?
I'll do it for America.
Yeah. But thank you, Holly. Mia would never let me do this at home.
I can kiss you. I'll come back. That's quite a
I would, yeah, but that's why I started looking at Sun Yi and her poo poo platter.
He did. He had the poo poo platter. Wow.
He didn't need to see. Just follow his nose. Marshall said.
Yeah, I saw Ian. He was wolfing down a plate of French fries with barbecue sauce, which is an uncommon combination.
That is, yeah, that's trying to get the taste out of your mouth when you're doing that. So I'm sucking on a lemon.
Does anybody have a chemical shower? I just want to go under it and pull the chain.
Does anybody have ammonia on them?
Does anybody have a Clorox wipe? My mother will know. She'll smell a good time.
Ian, what have you been doing? That smells like shit.
Ian, what is this compound media?
It's a book club. It's a book club.
Ian's clothes came off like a cartoon in a big poop of dust.
He was from his seat on the opposite side of the room to her butt in like 0.5 seconds.
I've never seen him move so fast. It was like a Kenyan marathoner. I was like, what? It was like, poof. And all of a sudden he was was right there. I was like, wow, he's thirsty.
But really, I mean, I gotta say,
He's
though, the
dehydrated.
duality of him trying to sneak out, you happening to eagle eye see him at the door, even though you didn't see someone stealing from you, you know, and you called him out, bring him back in.
I saw him creeping and come.
He was like the queen. Seize him!
Out, and I was like, lock the doors. I should have had a Matt Lauer button and be like, you're locked in.
Okay.
Well, then that would have locked out Holly, though, and then that would have never happened.
Oh, right. Yeah, because I don't know how she got in. That's when people are late. It gets squirrely because there's no one there to let them in. They don't have my number. It's like, ugh.
This was my view.
Hold on. Wait, what? Okay.
There's nothing. There's nothing. It's just the back of his head.
It's just the back of his head. My God. I was like, what am I looking at? All right. Yeah, that's not really, you don't really see anything.
Well, if I'm very zoomed in here because I don't want to show the rest of the pitch.
Scratchpad Cecil, when are you coming on F&T?
I've never been. Well, I've been on it years ago, but I haven't been invited in a while. I don't know. If I get invited, I'll go on.
I'll talk you up. I'll talk you up some more. You know who's on this Friday? Gavin McGinnis.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
The clothing canceller in the country.
Yes. Because of him, they don't sell yellow piped Fred Perry shirts anymore in North America or Canada.
Oh my God. Everything is so stupid.
But I still ordered one. not a yellow one, a different, like a slightly different, like tan or champagne colored one. So if it comes in time, I'm gonna wear that on Friday.
Maybe you can get one of those kind of like gel kind of paint on things for fabric.
Oh, I want a girl one. I want a Proud Girls shirt. Like maybe do they make it in pink? Oh my God, he is the Leah Thomas of ass eating.
He's kind of built like Leah Thomas too.
He is dangly.
Yeah.
He's gangly, yeah.
Oh.
And it's same thing too. He's like also like kind of tall. It's like I feel like this weird thing. Like if he were to truly like get wild, like I don't think I could hold him back or like pull him off of somebody. Like there's just he's got an X factor to him, and I think that's autism. He brought his A game, and by A game I mean autism
and ass eating.
And ass eating.
Yeah,
maybe he should do some work with like Ashton for like the OnlyFans.
He would swoon for Ashton, but she would not like him.
No. Like it. I honestly, and I'm not trying to pick on Ian, but let's pick on.
What are you kidding me? This is what we've been doing. We've been picking on him for 2 hours.
But I know, but I mean, that's when like he's kind of like most girls will be like, like as soon as and that's why I'm like Holly's on another level. Like she looked at him, that could have been fucking Pierce Brosnan or fucking
she
Mel
looked at him and saw
Gibson
a plucky, young, enthusiastic man,
the most handsome man in the world.
Man. Yeah.
There was
she
no
said yes, like it was Channing Tatum over there raising his hand.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I mean. It made no difference. It could have been. It would have been the exact same experience for him.
Yeah. And I like that. Like that's no wonder people fall in love with strippers. Like no wonder people get crushes on like these adult film stars because it's like they make you feel so good about yourself. It's like the auto acceptance, the enthusiasm, and it's like a lot of regular girls are not bringing that. They want to like get to know you. They want you to pay for stuff.
Yeah, like
and be 6 feet tall. You know, like that's not
figure
fun.
salary.
Yeah.
You know,
which, by the way, is bullshit. Inches. I really think all that's bullshit because it comes down to like, what is the connection that you have with somebody when you meet in person? It's very easy to, on the surfacey, like have all these requirements. I don't know. I just know that in my mind, I think anytime I was single, I'd be like, oh, I think I want to meet this kind of guy. And then you just meet whoever, and then it either works or it doesn't. I just think like dating apps are kind of mostly a waste of time. But it helps you like get your quantity up.
When a girl's into a guy though, like it's going to happen. You know, all a girl has to do is kind of say, okay, lick my butt, and it's going to happen. You know, whereas for guys, it's like you do have like a struggle. Like it is a struggle session to be like, oh gosh, because most of the girls are not into you. So it's like, it takes a while to realize.
Well,
Fealty, you just have to be like, want to lick my ass? Maybe you got to change your approach.
Yeah, I got to get into different things. That's what it is. I need new hobbies. I got to talk to Ian.
It's the talking stages. Oh, I want to find that video.
No, I've never watched Kevin Samuels when he was alive, but now they have all these tiny little clips of him, like the shorts. And that's his thing. It's like the women control who is having sex and who's getting together, but the men decide if it's going to be a relationship or not.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why women get very frustrated because they're like, hey, I picked you and you banged me and now you're walking away. It's like, no. He decides if it's a relationship. You just decide if you're having sex. So it's frustrating for the guys that want to have sex because they don't get to decide. It's the women that are the deciders. So.
And then the courts decide that you will be poor and paying for the rest of your life.
Which is why it behooves women to be a lot pickier. It actually benefits women more to be pickier ultimately. Absolutely, because you rule out the guys that are just in it for sex. And it's even possible that a guy could like you and want more from you, but if it seems like all you're really offering is sex, because if you think that's all they want, well then they'll be like, oh, that's all you're about, and then they could kind of like write you off from there too.
Yeah,
I think most women these days decide that like, oh, he's a project. I'm gonna fix him, and he's gonna be the perfect one. And then 3 years later, he's
No,
had
it's like
sex
women.
with
It's
all
like
of her
you're the
friends.
project. Like you will slowly like lose your desire to fix the person, and then you have to ultimately just like deal. There's no changing or fixing.
Yeah, if the girl's not crazy about the guy, it's doomed because it can't be like he's okay for now, but once I fix him, I'll really like him. That's a fucking doomed.
Yeah, you can't flip a man.
Yeah, they're like, I don't really feel it, but I will. I know there's this. It's got good bones. I can.
Good bones.
That's a dead relationship. You know what I mean? There's that doesn't happen. The girl has to. If the girl's not crazy about you, do not fucking get married. You know, she has to be crazy from Jump Street. And even then, that shit. You know, don't get married. Sorry.
I wonder if it's girls
don't get married.
No, but I wonder if it's girls don't realize that guys are very just honest and everything's on the surface. Like there's no like hidden lying meanings to anything or emotions hidden beneath the surface. If the dude's just like around for the sex, that's it. He's simple. That's all he is. You know, whereas for girls there might be like, you know, emotions behind things and feelings and stuff that need to be interpreted.
Hidden messages.
Yeah.
Voter rings. You should have known what I meant when I said that. You know that I fought with my mother 3 years ago about that when we were at my sister's house and she forgot to bring the cake. I'm like, what? The fuck? The fuck are you talking about? Like, it's like a rabbit hole of like, what am I fucking, Encyclopedia Brown fucking fixing out a fucking, man, that was an old reference. Jesus.
Encyclopedia Brown?
Yeah,
I know I understand Encyclopedia Britannica.
Oh, Encyclopedia Brown was like a Hardy Boys type of mystery book when I was a kid.
Then there's also Encyclopedia Encarta, which was like the discs that you would get with AOL, like you could get just on a disc.
No, it wasn't an
back
actual.
When the internet came in the mailbox.
It was a kid detective, and his first name was Encyclopedia.
Remember the AOL trial discs?
Mm-hmm.
Those were the good old
days. That was
days.
before my time. I was born, the internet was up and running.
Yeah, I think with Ian, like he's constantly, his antennas are constantly up. Like what am I gonna get an opportunity for sex? And then like since they're always at attention, like the moment there's a crumb, he's like, you know,
yes,
he's just waiting. He's like,
wasn't he off to running off to go do some filth?
Probably he came from filth. He's like an oath keeper, but for eating ass. You know, he's always ready.
I think he was trying to meet up with some girl. Or he's on those lists for gangbang. Like, oh, just such a sad like.
Fet Life. That's where he does most of his arrangements.
I didn't know what that website was. I was totally.
There's a lot of people that look like him. Look like him. Yeah.
Well, it was like OK Cupid though. It was, you know, just for other things.
Definitely, if you're a quantity over quality person, then like those are good apps to go on.
Yeah, Ian is on OK Stupid. And they give you a number when you walk in. You're the 15th guy who's gonna fuck this girl. It's like, all right, lucky number 15. That's when everything's nice.
I don't know. I'm gonna gangbang.
Want to see a picture? By the time
he's gonna be the most experienced guy though, like down the line, because he's never gonna change. Like he's gonna be like 60 years old. He's gonna write a book on like the craziest things to be done. You know, he's gonna rival like 80s hair metal bands and the things they did someday. You know,
but no one's gonna be jealous of his stories. That's the problem. You have to, you know what I mean? It's all just, you know, it's like. By the time it was my turn, it was like kneeling in a bowl of clam chowder.
I always choose to be the caboose.
Yeah.
I like batting last. I'm the cleanup hitter.
I'll be like, these are some of the girls I've been with, and it's just pictures that he's like spent like $20 or $40 on to take a picture of somebody at like a convention, you know. Michael Gavin does that too. Be like, this is my friend. And it's like, you paid $40 to take that photo with them.
Yeah, that's like me with William Shatner. There's a piece of plexiglass between us. Bill, my buddy.
Oh, yeah. Just me and Bill hanging out.
Oh, look, that's me fun. And Shatner hanging out with a piece of plexiglass behind us. and him with a nervous look on his face because I have a mask on.
Everyone's talking about the new Chris Rock special. I haven't watched it yet, but people are saying it's good, and then he goes hard on Will Smith.
Yeah, I heard a little bit. By the way, that was the first time Netflix did a live event. It was live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. So it premiered live. That's pretty cool.
People are coming back out and doing things now
on the internet.
On the internet.
I heard he went after like kids and woke shit, and they all like turned on him. But he didn't. And I heard it wasn't even that. He didn't even go that hard. He just mentioned that they're all fucking annoying.
Wow. Groundbreaking.
And they're just like, oh fuck, he's just an old man yelling at clouds now. He's annoying. Like, all right. But he said he said he was making fun of Will Smith. That was pretty good, where he's just like, so your wife blows your friend's son, and then she interviews you about how you feel about her doing it. He's
Is
like,
that true?
That they did that interview where he was crying, where she was interviewing him. Like, how'd that make you feel? Jada cheated with her son's friend.
Yeah.
And then interviewed Will to ask how he felt about it. And Will went on camera and did it. And he's like, and you're fucking, he's like, everybody in the world was making fun of you. And you fucking hit me, the one guy you know you can beat up, you fucking pussy. He's like,
how did I miss this? Oh my God. Why would he?
Well, I think they dated though. Like they were actually like taking pictures together places, going around. Like,
they were dating in front of Will. Dude,
oh no! Why would he stay with her? Like he's clearly rich on his own. Why does he need her? His career is better than hers.
Who is?
What did she ever really do? What was her career? Like she was on The Fresh Prince a few times. Yeah.
You think these guys? They're doing it all. Like you have it made. You're Will Smith. You're famous. You're good looking. You're rich. And you're just being humiliated at home by like your fucking no talent wife. Like. Just being fucking humiliated. Like he didn't have to put up with that shit at all. He could cut his fortune in half and half and half and half and still have generational wealth. He's got worth hundreds of millions of dollars. It's like, what the fuck? You're doing it wrong.
Like,
you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You have fuck you money. You don't have to sit here and be like, oh, my son's friends coming over to fuck I hear them upstairs. Now she wants to interview me and make me cry on national TV. Like, yeah, it is humiliating.
I do remember seeing him crying. I guess that's what that was for.
Well, have you watched his YouTube channel? Like, he's got a whole compound. Like, he's got a little mini town.
It wouldn't
these buildings that like are made of like mud. Like they look like mud buildings, but they're like it's like a real house. It's huge, and he's just off-putting. Like if you watch his YouTube channel, the way he acts around people and stuff, like really odd kind of guy. Very worthwhile watch though.
So Cecil, as someone who has experience in this, you don't think the divorce cost would clean him out?
Yeah, because the number would be high. It's just like when what's his name?
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos got. It's like he got divorced and his wife instantly became the richest woman in the world. She beat Oprah. She beat everybody. But guess what? He's already back to being like, it doesn't matter. He was never poor, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So, yeah, the number when you go, well, Will Smith had to give her $100 million. It's like, well, what does he have left? $150 million. It's like, he'll be okay. He's going to live. He has $150 million and a career that's still going. I don't know about now, but you know what I mean? He'll like, don't cry for him. He's a fucking Powerball winner. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that was an old Chris Rock joke when OJ murdered. He's like, you know, OJ had 10 million. Now he only had 5. He's like, he could have lived. He's like, the garbage man who's worth 30,000 has to give half. He should kill his wife.
That's great. Jada Smith was great in Wakanda Forever. Yeah, she was.
She was in that.
Was she?
No, just they all kind of look like her.
What do you mean they all?
Well,
he was with Halle Berry? No way.
Was he? Listen, they're all all actors, everybody who like wants to like worship actors, and you want to see Halle Berry, what arguably one of the best looking women in the world, She's never had a fucking husband more than fucking a year or two.
Wow.
Like they could not
Even
get the
J-Lo too. Like J-Lo, I feel like was just too successful, and maybe her personality sucks, but like had a hard time staying with one guy.
The too successful, the other part, yes. It's like, dude,
Okay.
these guys, it's like you'd crawl through broken glass to be with these women, and they once they're there, they're like, I cannot get the fuck out of here fast enough.
They
It's
crawl back to the
like they cannot get the fuck away. You know, what's her name? Charlize Theron, same thing. Never got met. Beautiful woman, never got met. Like, Halle Berry. They're all these chicks are like insufferable. Like, no, you think you'd want it, and it's a dream. Like, oh man, that's my
maybe
dream.
that's how you have to be to get to the level that they're at.
Assholes. Maybe.
Well, Posh Spice and David Beckham have been together a while.
How many super famous women that are rich and like legendary are like pushovers? You know, like I don't know any.
Beyonce.
Mm-hmm. But she's in a cult. They got her back. Jerk off Juggernaut. Will's playing a Slav in an Apple TV series, so he knows his place. Aw.
Oh, I thought you meant a Slav. Like
like a Polish person or something.
Yeah.
Wait. Maybe he meant
slave. He meant slave.
Okay. Oh, like Slavic.
I'm like, that's a weird type. Yeah, he's got the tracksuit on. He's squatting down.
Tracksuit.
He's eating borscht.
Wow, yeah, Selma Hayek somehow made it work. She just married the richest man.
No, didn't she just she's breaking up with like that prince
really?
or whatnot? Yeah.
No, well, I don't know. You made it into your 50s and you're a billionaire. Like, all right, just ride it out, hon.
You're all right. Yeah, you'll be okay.
Well, I sometimes wonder if they break up for like tax purposes, split up the money, you know.
No, her husband probably was banging her, and she's like, I feel bad. I don't know. Banging someone else. Yeah, Liz Hurley ain't got no man.
Wow.
All these beautiful women is like, yeah, I mean, look at what was his name? Hugh Grant. At the time he cheated on her, she was arguably, again, the hottest woman in the world. I mean, she was absolutely gorgeous. That was like during Bedazzled, and like she was absolutely flawless. And he's getting a fucking blowjob from a crack whore.
Oh wow.
Like,
but no teeth.
Well, Liz Hurley at that time, I remember there was an article that came out where she was saying she doesn't, she's not into like sex and stuff. So apparently they weren't really doing anything, and she blamed it on all the years of people like wanting to get with her and being like a woman, like
Who, Hurley?
Elizabeth Hurley. Yeah.
Oh wow.
She wasn't like into sex or anything.
You don't understand what it's like to be desired all the time. It's hell.
She could also have been like molested or abused or something, and that's why she's not into it. When J-Lo really starts to age, Affleck will bolt, says MK Solid.
She's got a team of tacticians and technicians. She's broken the Puerto Rican curse because by 30 they all turn to refrigerator boxes. So she must have they have scaffolding on her at
night. She has a crew. Yeah.
It sounds like a fucking NASCAR pit.
Yeah. They replace the wheels all the time.
He's like, Ben's like, are you going to be a few more minutes in there?
Sorry, I got to put in a new cooch.
I wonder when he's going to switch back to Jennifer Garner again for a little while.
Because that's who he had all his kids with, right?
Mm-hmm.
That seems like the right thing to do.
I'm telling you, the actresses are insufferable. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
I don't know. You're in show business. They're kind of like...
Kind of.
Annoying.
Yeah, faux show. But now it's like I feel like influencers are becoming the new Hollywood in a sense, where they kind of get propped up, and
the kids don't even watch movies anymore. They just watch like TikToks and shit. Those people are way more important.
Mr. Beast.
When we walk,
I don't watch TV or movies or anything. I just watch YouTube.
When we walked by that middle school at the Capitol, and the kids saw Dontarius, it was like fucking, it's like Michael Jordan walked by. Like,
wow.
I mean, they all
Michael Jordan let himself go.
Yeah, but it was like they all wanted pictures with him. They all were like, "Oh my God, it's Subway Bum."
Isn't that crazy? You slog it out as a stand-up comic in New York City for 18 years, and then one summer you pretend to be homeless, and then that's what makes you famous. That's a mind fuck.
Well, he was too successful for that 18 years where he didn't become actually homeless. That's why that worked.
I still question how much of it is an act.
I want to watch him, like, drop him off one day and see where he goes. Or maybe he's got an apartment. He's a decent apartment, but he's got a big cardboard box like inside his house, and he just like goes and sleeps.
Well, you saw his videos where he's got the cardboard box on the sidewalk.
No, I haven't seen that.
He's living in a cardboard box, and like this cute girl walks by, and he's like, "Come on in," and they start crawling through, and then it comes out in like a luxury apartment.
Oh my god, that's funny.
And
that's awesome.
This
is a fun show, guys. Thank you for jumping on. Appreciate the recaps of last night. Good times. Cecil's got the Jack show on Thursday on Anna's channel. Anything else?
No, Anna's channel Thursday night, and I may or may not have Holly there. Like I said, I'm a little wary to unleash that on someone. She has a big.
She's not housebroken. Yeah,
like my channel. I lose my channel, I'll live. You know, I can't really fuck with Anna's channel. So, so I might have her on the following week when I'm hosting.
Okay.
From an undisclosed location.
Ooh, Fealty.
I'm still banned on Twitter, technically. You know,
Free
it would be awesome if
Fealty.
that changes.
Why'd you get banned again?
They didn't tell. They literally did not tell me. And the thing, it just says you broke a rule, and then gives me a link to all the rules of Twitter. So either I broke all of Twitter's rules, or they didn't even choose one.
They didn't say what tweet it was?
Oh, well, they linked the tweet. It was the tweet where I edited that video with the music video in it, and like I put in like clips of things she said over the years, like a conversation with her mom and stuff. Like it got like 33,000 views, you know, but then it was like 2 days after I made that video the morning after Britney got banned. And I was like, what the heck? Like, and I started like reading through Defango stuff and finding out like everything. And I was like, wow, this is shady. So in the tweet, I just asked some questions. I was like, you know, I've been like a supporter of her, like a fan of hers, like what's going on, kind of. And this feels like Jack Murphy 2.0. And, you know, how do you get these people banned? Do you have like people inside Twitter? And this is before we found out about Ella Irwin and everything. Wow. And then my second tweet, I was like, this is really important because, you know, sex trafficking is something that like, this is like life or death for people, kind of, you know? So like the tweet was really like, I wasn't really like blaming her or anything, you know, I just put the music video and the edited video, and, you know.
Did they give you the option to delete it?
Yeah, but I'm not going to delete it.
But so you could get your channel back if you delete it.
I technically, but who knows? If you got a strike on your account, then you delete it, and now you get another mass spam of, you know, complaints, and now your account's completely gone. At least now, like, I'm waiting on an appeal. Whereas if I come back, who knows what this Eliza's going to do?
The problem is he's only got like code people in there now. All those people that took care of those ancillary bullshit are gone.
Mm-hmm. Really? You think he fired more people since the Eliza thing?
Yeah, it was
75% of the staff is gone. So he's like, we don't really need all these people. It's like, you know, it's redundant.
It's strictly operational. No moderation at all.
So he's kind of like, listen, you guys got to police yourself. You want to fucking take the fucking tweet down. There you go. You'll be back on.
Well, they usually will outsource stuff like moderation to like India and stuff like that, where it's like there'll be a team of maybe like 8 people in a little office going through all the complaints and everything. And they'll have like a general rule of like, you know, how to deal with certain things, you know, on there of like what's the report, how to handle it and stuff. But right now, I mean, like they said, they took out like what 400 something thousand accounts in December. So how many of those do you think were a mistake? Because maybe it was someone pointing out like, you know, oh, this like child something, you know, like this is where it's at, like Elon deleted, and then they get banned because they mentioned it and are pointing to it to say like, oh, get this out of here, you know. So that's a lot of appeals that these people have to go through, you know. And I would not be surprised if it was like 10,000 accounts out of that 400,000, let's say. So, I mean, the amount of appeals that are probably on their docket is just thousands upon thousands. So anyone in this Eliza thing they've got a while to wait, you know.
People are pointing out that Ella Irwin is still there, so that's why. She's got a friend on staff, and that's it. You're fucked.
Yeah, there's also that. She's the head of trust and safety, the new Yul Roth.
Phil, did they give you the option of deleting anything or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I should have the pictures of it.
So are you thinking that you might just delete it to get your account back?
No. It's just it feels so ludicrous to be like, yes, I messed up on a very public video that I created. I fully edited it. Like, there's no point in that video where the music or any one thing is longer than maybe 5 seconds. You know, it's like just a little bit of, you know, the music video, and then Brittany comes in and burps, and then it's like, you know, it's her time to speak now, and then it cuts to a video of her explaining she was banned on Twitter.
Have you thought about doing this? Taking it down, then reposting it as one of your first tweets back again, and see if it doesn't qualify to be flagged this time, because they're
There's less.
Well, I think it was probably like Eliza doing the flag on that, because to even kind of make that kind of suspension, you have to put in the field of why the suspension is. So there's going to be a code like to put that command through for suspension on the back end.
I'm saying that they've been called on the carpet for it, and they've been, you know, there's been like acknowledgement that shit. So I wonder if you did put it back up, if now it would just stay.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it. You know, because I mean, it would probably be on Eliza. You know. Oh, here we go. All right, I've got the screenshots if you want to see what it is. How do I
share? Present? Just go click present, yeah. And make sure it's the window you want.
I was trying to give you the equivalent of turning it off and on. I fix everything.
Slides, video file, extra camera, share screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Share screen. And then pick Chrome
highlight.
tab, or like the tab usually.
Oh,
you have
yeah,
a different window.
Window.
And then, like, choose the tab.
There we go.
Wow. Okay. I feel like the entire Eliza Blue situation is very disconcerting. It's like Jack Murphy 2.0. To go and move to strike people for things that are not against the rules makes me question everything. Did you get inside help? Why try too hard to hide something? Like, Jack, what you hiding? And the link. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that link, that's the video I uploaded. It comes up as a link. Yeah.
And the video is something that you made.
Yeah. Yeah. Completely edited by me, of all publicly available videos. Like,
Is it of the music video at all?
Yeah. Yeah. There was portions of the music video in it. Yeah. Like, but I worked it in. Like, the music video was only maybe a couple of seconds each moment, like it was shown, and it was more so of a.
I almost started twerking.
Just shocking, though. And like shocking. The appeal, you only have like 2 sentences for the appeal. Like, let me see here.
Fix this shit now, assholes.
Yeah. Like, my second appeal, I was like, again, I request to know what rule I've broken. I'm unable to make any decision nor any appeal without knowing what rule is broken. Was it even filed correctly? You know? It's annoying.
It's very annoying.
Now, I had that account 9 years. You know? I made that when I made my first Twitch channel, and it's like I've never gotten a ban, a suspension, or a slap on the wrist like in 9 years. And then this, like, and the appeal is kind of just like, you know, you violated one of the rules. We're not going to tell you which one, but, you know, appeal it. Explain to us why this should be up, you know, and why it didn't break one of this entire booklet of rules. And, you know, and then we'll decide upon your fate. And I tried making a second account, but it didn't work. I don't know how people do that. They making new phone numbers or something. I don't know.
You got to use a VPN.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I did it through like a Tor browser, and I made a phone number through Skype, but I don't know why it didn't work.
If it keeps coming, if it's the same IP address as the one that they blocked, you're not going to get it through.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been. The Tor browser completely masks like everything.
I don't know how they caught you, unless you wrote Fealty too.
Yeah, no.
Fealty again.
I made a Fealty's ghost, but how would they know? You know, I'm sure there's other Fealties in existence.
I don't know. If you had it for 9 years, maybe. I mean, I understand. I'm not trying to tell you to go against your principles, but just fucking.
Well, it's not even just that. It's more so of the worry of once your account has a strike, if you get mass flagged again for something else, anything else, now your account's not on suspension. It's just gone. And then try and appeal that.
Gone now anyway?
Yeah, but at least right now I have an appeal. But if they just delete my account, I mean, look at Britney with all of the how many times they trended on Free Britney Venti and she's still not back. Someone like me is never going to even trend on being deleted from Twitter. And so I feel like I'd rather sit in the purgatory of appeal zone of this than in the purgatory of like my complete account's gone. Like every memory I ever posted over 9 years, my entire Twitch journey of, streaming on there for 8 years, doing all these things, my whole weight loss journey, losing 137 pounds is on there. Like all that would be gone if they deleted my account, So at least right now it's all still there and there's a chance. Whereas with that, it's like, who knows if it's even going to still be on their servers after that. And I don't have all that like downloaded and stuff, So it's like, it's too much of a risk, and who knows what this Elias is going to do. Like, even if I delete it and then I'm in the zone, if I could just now be taken out completely because I have like my accounts now, like an account that, posts like bad tweets, So it's a ludicrous system that they're doing. This is I can't believe this is how it is. And my worry is now with the election coming up, if this is the case where it's like, if Elon decides he doesn't like you, like with Alex Jones, you're not coming back. Or if Ella Irwin's friends with someone, you're not going to get any recourse or anything. Now we have like, stuff coming up where free speech is going to be like paramount. And here's the only platform that's claiming to, in text-wise social media other than Rumble and stuff, like claiming to be like, hey, we're free speech. And it does have a lot of people that use it. It's like, you have to have like a rule set. You have to have like a constitution to follow so that at least there's like some rhyme or reason instead of like, all right, you pissed off this girl and now she's just flagging you and you have 2 sentences to explain why you should be, back on a platform. Like, how can you mount any defense? It's like, it's all just, it's so worrying with all that coming up. Who knows what's going to happen, what's going to get by.
Chrissy, did you have to take any tweets down?
No, they just took down 4 of my YouTube videos because she submitted privacy complaints. Oh. And I tried appealing that and it didn't work. So there. It's gay. But in the meantime, follow Fealty on Instagram.
Yeah, Fealty Thoughts on Instagram. Or Fealty Gaming on YouTube if you want to see some old gaming videos of me.
Ooh. Of course they do.
You really think that someone's going to go?
Someone might want to look at that.
If you've run out of watching everything else on the planet and want to watch me play a video game 3 years ago.
Or some really bad old video games of me being like, let's play some Senua's Sacrifice. Yay. It's a fun game.
I'm going to go watch that right now. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you. Let's see, 3:00. I will be back here with let's see,
Leilani Dow.
Lies the Blue.
That's at 9. That's at 9:00 tonight. But
Jess Gill.
Jess Gill is today at 3. So I'll see you guys back.
Does she do triple anal?
No.
Bring a book.
Maybe just single.
Oh.
Who knows? But who knows?
Boring.
Thanks, guys.